Hello everybody and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. I hope you are all doing well. Happy Saturday, my friends. I know that this week and more importantly yesterday has just been an absolutely bananas time for everybody here in the flight sim community. Thank you very much, Tanush, for 3 months. Appreciate you, man. Says, don't buy the MD-11. It's an absolute joke. Yes, that's what I had figured. Thank you, Tanush, for the last 3 months. Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really do appreciate that. We got Nicholas as well, celebrating 3 months. Huge no floaties to you, man. Says, oh boy, I'm excited for this one. Thank you very much for support, sir. I appreciate you. Welcome aboard. Good to see everybody. Welcome, 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 my friends. I hope everybody's doing well. We're just getting some catering here on board of our beautiful A320 310. How many times am I going to slip up today saying that this is a 320 and not a 310? Welcome, Mika. Good to see you. Luca. Good to see you. Soren. Good to see you. Kevin. Good to see you. Barrett.50. Welcome back. Farm Trucks. Good to see you. Matija. Good to see you. Captain Goofy. Welcome. Danzova. Good to see you. Max Kaminsky. Good to see you. Mr. Kane. Welcome. Andre Nertz. Good to see you. 1903. Welcome. Slow RSS. Good to see you. Quick Match. Good to see you. Bill. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Montreal Dev. Thank you very much for support. Airbus Guy, good to see you. Weatherman Trey, welcome. Yaros, good to see you. John Xander Lozano, good to see you. JR3000, good to see you. Wally Person, good to see you. Mo Aviation, good to see you. Thompson Spotter, welcome back, man. Huskers, good to see you. Aviation Mike, what's up, man? PW, good to see you. Poke, good to see you. Kelman, good to see you. Pilot Sam, welcome back. Distortion, good to see you. Digital, good to see you. Mr. Smitty's in the house, welcome back. Abdul's here, good to see you, my friend. Hunt Carolina TV, good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Robert Musselwhite, good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Best last name on YouTube right there. Google Homeboy, good to see you. Seahan, good to see you. Arc Flight, good to see you. Malix, good to see you. Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. If I missed your name, bear with me here. I'll get through it in the meantime. Welcome. How's everybody been enjoying flying the 310 around? Has everybody been having fun? Everybody's been having as much fun as I have. I did 3 flights yesterday, chat. 3 practice flights. Wanted to kind of get my bearings with the airplane. Kind of, more importantly, I just wanted to see how it flew. Flying this airplane, I haven't flown it in a while. The last 310 that I flew would have been an X-Plane 11. And I believe we fly the A300 way more than we fly the 310. So I've probably got a lot more flight hours in the 310. This is the A300, obviously very similar. This one's a little bit shorter, a little bit stubbier, if you will. But it is a beautiful airplane. I've definitely been enjoying it. My only complaint so far, and I'm sure that iniBuilds is aware of it, and I'm sure that it's going to get rectified, is performance. Performance is quite bad right now, and I mean that wholeheartedly. I'm not, no shots at the developer, nothing like that. Obviously, performance right now is a big thing. I usually get really good FPS at this airport. This is Fly Tampa Toronto. Fly Tampa did an incredible job at optimizing this, but I am definitely having some pretty bad performance. If you look down here, I do have my FPS counter up right now. We're not even looking at the airport. We're basically looking into a field right now, and we're getting 25 FPS. Not good. I'm almost debating whether it's going to be worth it to just log off the VATSIM network and not do this flight on VATSIM so that I can save basically every frame rate possible. If I'm looking here, there's no ETC online. So flying on VATSIM today is probably not the call. I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to see how many extra frames I get. Right now, we're currently sitting 26, 27 FPS. If I disconnect from VATSIM, what does that bump me up to? Bumps me up to 28, 29 FPS. So I gain a little bit extra. So I think what I'm going to do just for today, we'll fly tomorrow. Yeah, see, now we're almost hitting that 30 FPS benchmark. I think what we're going to do is we're going to fly offline today. There is no ETC online, so there's really no point of flying on VATSIM. But what we will do is tomorrow we'll do the flights on VATSIM. We're going to be departing Toronto and heading down to Punta Cana, which is a real-world A310 flight when Air Transat was operating that. Turn on DLSS and it got better by about 5 FPS. You get fuzzy screens, though. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's fine. I feel like it's almost iniBuilds products for Microsoft Flight Simmer have had bad performance. Yeah, something's going on. I would agree with you on that one. Now, to be fair, they've chosen to do probably the 2 biggest airports ever in LAX and London Heathrow. Those are the 2 that performance, although performance at LAX is pretty decent, performance at Heathrow is abysmal. I will agree with you on that one. I'm missing a couple things here. We've got Maverick for 15 months. Says, can't believe it's been 15 months. Can't wait to see this plane. Thanks so much for support, Maverick. I appreciate you. The Slow RSS 20 months. Says, finally, a nice big bird. Yes, absolutely. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for support, guys. And we got Soren for 10 months as well. Says, wow. Huge no floaties to you, Soren. Thanks so much for support, man. I appreciate you. Do I have the enhanced cabin? I do. I've read on a couple forums that the performance does absolutely nothing to it. So, yeah. I used to fuel the A300. My least favorite to fuel. The panel was over-engineered. It has an outboard wind tanks, inboard wing tanks, center and trim tanks in the rear. Did not trust the auto shutoff. Interesting. It's pretty crazy, this airplane, actually, the development cycle that went into it. It's pretty damn cool. So this is a medium-sized bird. Yeah, I would say so. It is considered a heavy. It is on the heavier side, but the banner still says VATSIM. Well, yeah, I can't change it like that, man. You got to give me some time to update everything here. Flight summary. I don't even know how I. This is all changed in here. Let me just dashboard. I should be able to go to flight summary. I should just be able to do flight and edit flight. There we go. And then if I switch this over to offline and then I somehow update, that should work now, I think. Bear with me. It should say offline instead of VATSIM. I don't even know. There we go. Offline has come up. Also, I can't get the progress bar to work. I don't know why. Refreshing cache does nothing. The progress bar seems to be not working today. Clifton, what's up, man? Welcome back. Hope all's well. 18 months says, hey, Cap, can't wait for this stream. Appreciate you, Clifton. Thanks so much for being here. Absolutely love it. Thank you very much, man, for the last 18 months. Appreciate you. We got Supersonic Jelly Bean back up into first class. Welcome back, Supersonic. Appreciate you, man. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you very much for supporting the streams and the channel. I appreciate you. All right, friends. So without further ado, let's not waste anybody's time. We're going to jump inside the aircraft. We're going to get this bad boy program ready to rock and roll. We're into Montreal today. This is a real-world Air Transat flight. Currently, they're operating it in their A321neo and their A330s. So this is a real-world Air Transat route. Obviously, they don't operate the 310 anymore. Same goes for tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's Toronto down to Punta Cana. That is a real-world Air Transat flight. They just don't operate it in the 310 anymore. Sorry, the 310 anymore. So, are you flying on VATSIM? No, I've decided not to fly on VATSIM just because we're trying to save as much performance as we can. There seems to be some issues with the airplane as far as performance goes. Should be fine once we get up in the air and out of Toronto. I think it has to do with the Toronto in general within the airport and the I've noticed that the Canada update, the photogrammetry in the cities seems to be done not poorly, but really resource and performance heavy. So I'm not quite sure why it's doing that, but yeah, Clifton, thanks so much. Supersonic Jellybean, thank you as well. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for support. Aren't most current 310 flights just in the Middle East? Yes. The 310 is not used very much anymore here in North America. So the Punta Cana airport is nice. It is. Yes. Weird. My FPS have been fine. Well, when I'm flying offline, and I'm not streaming, I'm averaging probably 35, 40 FPS. I noticed last night that the performance degradation, I did a flight from Montreal to Toronto, and I was getting about 26 FPS on final into Toronto. I'm definitely not the only one, Beluga. It's a well-known fact in the iniBuilds Discord that performance seems to be an issue right now. Just for comparison, I loaded into the A320, the Phoenix A320, and I'm getting about 10 to 12 FPS better in the Phoenix, and I'm getting about 15 plus FPS better. So at this exact scene, if we were in, let's say, like the 737, I'd be getting close to 40, 45 FPS. So yeah, there's definitely something going on. I'm not the only person that's been witnessing it. Maybe you don't pay attention to your frames. I know some people really don't care about frame rates. I only notice it because I've been doing this for so long. I notice that basically anything under 35 FPS to me, I can start to feel it in the flight model. It's not as reactive. I think a lot of people in chat will agree with me. Once you kind of get under that threshold of FPS, the reaction time, the way that the aircraft flies is quite different. It's not as responsive, and it kind of does some weird things. So for the users, the aircraft is in a WASM dev build, meaning it never compiles on first load. Interesting. Maybe that's what's going on. Did you fly/see the 310 in real life life before it got retired? I did, Erin. Yes, I got to fly on it twice. I flew from Toronto down to Punta Cana and Punta Cana back to Toronto on the 310. And that was before I was streaming. That was like before I was really hardcore into flight simulation. I didn't even know what airplane it was. I remember walking on the airplane and seeing 3 rows of 3 and being like, wow, this is a really big plane to go down to Punta Cana. And the plane was, I don't know, maybe 2/3 full. There were so many empty seats everywhere. I was kind of surprised, to be honest with you. So, yeah. Hey, Captain, love the 310. Can't wait to see you butter the aircraft 310 live stream on the weekend is the best. Thank you, Rashab. Welcome aboard. Hope all is well. Yeah, streaming will take a bit of FPS. I've only flown it on low populated islands with no scenery. Well, that's probably why performance isn't an issue, my friend. Take it into a big, densely populated airport, and I'm almost positive you're going to see the same things that everybody else is seeing. So anyways, we're not going to worry about that. Hopefully we get a fix from iniBuilds. I don't know what it's going to be like updating this airplane now because everything is done through Microsoft. I'm hoping that it's not going to be like, you know, we have to wait 2 weeks before we get some type of update for the aircraft. Hopefully they're able to patch it quicker than we would get a release from Microsoft. Fingers crossed on that. I have no clue how any of this is working, but that's what we're going to hope for. Anyways, friends, without further ado, let's jump inside the cockpit. Let's get this bad boy program ready to rock and roll. We are flying in to Montreal for the day. I'm very excited about this one. Soren coming in with the 500 Danish kronen. Huge no floaties to you, Soren. Thank you very, very much for supporting the streams. I appreciate you as always, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get some huge no floaties in chat for Soren. Guys, what do we need to add on to his total there? 500 Danish kronen. What does that equal into CAD? It's not a problem for everyone. That is the thing for me. I'm getting 35 to 40 in KPHL in VR. Well, something tells me you're probably using DLSS or something if you're running in VR. KPHL also is a freeware airport. It's not a payware airport, so a lot less ground clutter, a lot less things going on. You have to remember that.
So ready, Captain.
92 CAD. Thank you, Flyboy. Appreciate 87 CAD. Okay, thank you. We're getting different orders. Thank you very much, Soren. I appreciate you, my man. Huge no floaties. Thank you very, very much for supporting the streams and the channel with your donation. That is extremely kind. We need to add, what are we going to add? 87 onto that. 87. So what's that going to put them at? It's going to put them at 1. Quick math here, chat. That's going to put them 87. That's going to be 70 on top of that. So it's going to put them at 260. 260 on the month. No, not 1260. 260. 260 on the month for Soren. Does that take top spot? Almost, but thank you so much, Soren. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 310 is flown all North American by any companies? No, it is not anymore, unfortunately. Yeah. Is the docking system from GSX? It is, correct. Yes, this is from GSX. I've actually kind of configured GSX as well. Hopefully it's going to board correctly. Man, I really hate this performance right now, chat. I'm 26 FPS sitting here in the cockpit. Something's going on. Like I said, I usually get in the 40s at this airport with any airplane that we fly. Minimum, we're looking at 35, 40 FPS within any airplane. I'm struggling to keep up 25 FPS right now. So fingers crossed this isn't going to be too many issues. I don't know what it's going to be like coming back into Toronto with FPS like that. So we're just going to kind of hope that today goes well enough. Okay, cool. So first things first, let's head over to the electronic flight bag. We're going to go down to the little plug symbol that you see here. GPU is connected. Everything else looks good. So we're in a cold and dark state, obviously. I wanted to do a cold and dark for you guys this morning just so you kind of got to figure it out. Let's go ahead and go upstairs. First thing is first, we need to get some battery power on. So we're going to go ahead and get battery switch 1, 2, and 3 online. I'll turn up the sounds here so we can hear everything nicely. Now that we've got all 3 battery switches on, we're going to go ahead and get the external power to the on position. You hear the aircraft come to life. The sounds of this airplane are muy bueno. They are absolutely delicious. So kudos to the sounds. Okay, first thing first, we're heading all the way up top. We're getting the ADIRS set, left side, right side, and center, all to the nav position. Beautiful. We'll continue our flows down here. Everything looks good. I'm going to get the now smoking it to the auto position. We don't need any of the lights. We don't need any of the calls. That's fine. We'll come down here. We're going to flip this over to battery 2, and then we'll flip this over to our external power. These are our electric indicators, so that's all good. Everything looks good down here. External power is on. We'll get the galley power on. They can start working on some things in the galley. We'll go and get the nav and logo lights on. We'll continue the flows just like any other airplane. I know looking at this overhead, chat, it may be a little bit, you may be like, what the hell is this, Captain? It's okay to think like that. It's quite a complex overhead, but again, if you break it up into sections, it becomes a lot easier. Do it in sections. Don't kind of jump all over the place. Then you may end up getting confused. There is also a full functioning checklist. So if you do want a checklist, there is one available. You guys know the way that I kind of roll. Checklists are, I've flown this airplane probably hundreds of times already, especially in the X-Plane world. So checklist to me is just doing my flows. And if we forget something, well, chat yells at me and we kind of move on from there. So everything looks good over here. I'm happy with that. We've got the nav and logo lights on. Fuel pumps, everything's going to stay off. We are going to be refueling, so that's good. APU bleed system, ignition start system, good. We're going to get the APU start switch on, master start switch on, just so it's ready to start when we're ready. Let's go and get the oxygen supply on. You'll see it come alive. Good. Probe heat stays off until we're ready to taxi, just like in a Boeing aircraft. We can get the window heat on, so we'll get all 4 of those guys on as well. Everything else down here looks good. Pressurization panel, everything is auto. Presuming that you do everything correctly, the pressurization panel is auto. You don't need to set anything. You don't need to set an altitude. You don't need to worry about that. Connection lost. I hope that's not going to be another thing that's happening today. Let's continue to scroll down here. Everything looks good. APU bleed system is off. Everything looks good there. Emergency lights are in the arm position. Perfect. And everything else looks good there. Cool. Sweet. So we're good for the overhead for right now. Let's go and spend some time directly down here to the McDo, the CDU, the FMC, whatever you want to call it. So first thing is first, if you hit the menu tab and you go over to ACARS, you can put your username in here. I highly suggest everybody, hey, successful connection, good. I highly suggest everybody puts their username in. It's literally a one-click thing, and that'll go ahead and import your flight plan. So my username, Captain Canada on SimBrief. I'm going to request SimBrief. It's going to go company route uplink done, and you can see here that we've got our flight plan, CYYZ over to CYUL. It doesn't throw in your alternate, but that's fine. We can always put it on our alternate airport. Our alternate airport today is going to be Ottawa, where I live, CYOW. So we'll go ahead and throw that in there. We'll clear out all the messages that are there. Oh boy. Microsoft, please fix your servers. I thought we went through this. It wants us at 390 today. That's just absurd. It's not even a 300 nautical mile flight. So we're going to go 350. We're not going to worry about that extra 4,000 feet. Good so far. I've only done 3 flights. I have had one crazy little wind. Sorry, it wouldn't even say crazy. I had one wind where I was at cruise and it kind of kicked the tail out of the airplane, but other than that, it's been pretty decent. I have noticed that the winds on final are much better. Whatever the winds are reporting, the METAR report, that's usually what you're getting. They're not kind of gusting all over the place and being all crazy anymore. That's one thing that I have noticed in the 3 flights that I've done, but I haven't, dive deep into it yet, so I can't really tell you if everything's been switched or fixed. Okay, everything looks good for there. Flight number today, we are Air Transat, which is TSC 19. Again, this is a real world flight operated in their 330. So Air Transat 19, that is all set. I'm happy with that. Good. Let's come over here to the electronic flight bag. Let's start loading up the airplane, shall we? So we're going to come down here to the little weight and balance page, little weight thing here. According to SimBrief, now I'm just grabbing these numbers directly off SimBrief, chat, all right? So whatever SimBrief gave me, this is what we're using. Nothing done fancy. It says we have 221 passengers today. So we're going to plug this all the way up until we see 221, which I just saw right there. 221. We're looking for a 0 fuel weight today of 103.2. So currently with 221 passengers, our 0 fuel weight is sitting at 97.8. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our cargo up all the way until we achieve that number. Again, we're looking for 103.2. So we'll keep bringing this number up. 103.2, a little bit less. 103.2. Good. I'm happy with that. That gives us 221 passengers with 5,400 kilograms of cargo as well. On the fuel for today's flight, we need 8,500. So we're going to go ahead and drag this as close to 8,500 as we can. There's 8,500 right there. Beautiful. And then you're going to hit the apply button. Once you hit the apply button, you'll see the airplane kind of lower itself onto the strut, and that's it. You're good to go. Now, from there, if you're like myself and you're using GSX, you have to do this first because there is no profile. I can try and reload this. The add-on unknown is causing Qtao script engine to restart. Please run the live update. Do you want to open the log to see? No. Do you want to restart Qtao? Yes. This may be a bug with, I can try and edit this. Now, it may be a bug on the Kutal or the GSX script. I know that GSX was updated this afternoon, but I wasn't sure. I think somebody already did a 310 profile for GSX. Interesting. Okay, that would be kind of cool. We'll open it back up. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't go crazy. Make sure that your username is in the McDo. Yes. So it says sim brief. Okay. So I'm going to hit the sim brief. I'm going to see what it does. Okay. So it actually does know that we are... Okay, so it has been updated. So it knows that we have 221 passengers and our fuel. So what we're going to do is we're going to request boarding. I need to do that again. They still haven't fixed that bug. Hopefully they fix that. We'll request boarding. There we go. Boarding has been requested. We're doing Swissport International. And there we go. Cool. So everybody should start boarding. Everybody should start loading. We'll worry about that in a second. Okay, that's all done. I'm happy with those numbers. So we can go back down here to the CDU and we can start working on some stuff. So first thing is first, let's go ahead and start punching in our flight information. So if we go to flight plan, we can go to CYYZ. We can go to standard. Do you want crew to board? Yes, both.
Pilots boarding starting.
All right, so let's go to our standard instrument departure. The winds today in Toronto. We're going to have a quick little look-see here. Chat, also, how do you make it so that you're, like, where's my little follow? Where's my follow me dude? I haven't seen him. Like, where's my... How come I don't...
Crew boarding starting.
You know, like, where's the little pin that I can make it so that my aircraft is showing up on the chart? Am I missing something here? I don't know if I missed something or something happened, but I don't see my little dude anymore. I don't know why. Wasn't there like a selection here that I could hit that made it so that I could see him? You can't with those ground charts. Press out of the chart. Ah, thank you. There it is. It should be on though. Follow me. Moving maps on. Why was that off? Damn. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you. You definitely can see it on those charts. That's why I was like, why isn't that working? Anyways, we got it. There we go. Crew is boarding. Passengers are now boarding. Okay, so again, if we pop over here and we go to this tab, I'm still getting used to this new way of doing this. So we're going to go to our METAR reports. CYUL, we don't want YUL, we actually want Toronto. Then we'll go to our weather report, and we can see here that we've got the weather. The winds 28011, gusting 17. So with winds like that, we're going to plan for runway 23. We'll be departing west. So again, in the A310 or any of the older Airbuses, you need to select your runway first. So select runway 23, and then we're going to check our departures. We're going to be on the Dead Key 5 departure. So we'll scroll down here till we find it. There's Dead Key 5. We'll select that, and then we have the Miglo transition. So we'll go ahead and insert that as well. And beautiful, we can hit the insert tab. Good, that's all good. It's going to be a left turn direct saver, and seek it on course. Everything looks good there. Sweet. Let's scroll all the way down until we see Montreal. There it is, CYUL. We'll populate that. We'll go to star, and then we'll have a quick little look-see here. We'll populate it. We'll go back. We'll go to Montreal. We'll go to weather. We'll see what the weather's doing in Montreal. Winds are 220 at 5 knots, 12-mile visibility, scattered at 500, overcast at 1800, 12 degrees, altimeter 29er. So with winds at 220 at 5, we know that Montreal... one thing that I can say, chat, can I just say one thing? I wish this little bar right here, this is a pain in the ass. This is one thing that I hope Navigraph could kind of sort, or at least allow me some type of scroll wheel feature. Last night I really noticed that it's kind of difficult to grab this little bar. You see how like it constantly wants to like select the chart or make it bigger or just do that. Go away completely. That is my biggest complaint of the new Navigraph update, is actually getting this little bar to move. It's way too big of a pain in the ass. I'm not quite sure how that could have been overlooked, as we are always constantly... I guess technically the way you're looking at it is, I guess if you go like this, you should be able to access all the charts that you want, but I still think that that little bar needs to be bigger, or we need to have like some type of scroll wheel, and it should be able to like just go like this and scroll on, and it should work. Navigraph, if you're listening. 24 left is going to be the arrival today. I believe that 24 right is still under construction. 6 left, 24 right. It may be open now, but the last time we flew in, it was under construction. I still think it's under construction. So we're just going to plan for 24 left. So we'll come down here. ILS 24 left. We're going to be on the Habs 6 arrival. beautiful, with the MiGlo transition, and we don't have any runway transition, so we'll go ahead and insert that. Beautiful. We scroll through here now. We should have a top of climb, we should have a top of descent, and we should have a bunch of waypoints in between. That all looks good to me. I'm happy with all of that. Beautiful. Cool. Let's go back to our NitRef tab. We're going to plug in some more information here. Cost index today, 35. We've got a cruise level of 350. Everything's good there. We're going to go to our next page. And we're going to plug in some information here on the zero fuel weight in our initB tab. So, zero fuel weight, we should know this by now, 103.2. So we'll plug this in, 103.2. Good. We'll populate that into our zero fuel weight. Our block fuel for today's flight, we can check up here for the fuel. I believe it was 8.5 is what we had. So we'll come back down here, 8.5. We'll populate that into our block fuel tab. Good. And then to get your CG weight, it explains all of that right down here. So you can see our CG weight, 25.6, and we need a trim value of 1.1 up. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Who is that? Luca, thanks so much for your membership, my friend. I appreciate you, dude. It says posted the 310 profile in Microsoft Flight Simulator general chat. Thank you. And that's for what? GSX, correct? Everything seems to be working in GSX, but yeah. Guys, tell him that we're going to save that pain in the ass. Wait, what happened? What did I miss? Try shift and scroll. Okay, you can do that with that. Are you sure? Go to the map and zoom. It's one of those parking charts. You can see my bad. Okay. X the map on the left-hand side. Symlink activated. Okay. What do you think of the 310 so far? I really like it. Performance is really the only thing that I'm having issues with, but I really like it so far. Yeah, it's been really good, man. Okay, so that's all good. That's all set. There's no ATC online, Can Goose, so I've just elected to fly offline. I'm having a little bit of performance issues as well. I'm not getting the best frames today, so we're kind of just off of VATSIM as I lose about 5 FPS with the VATSIM model matching and stuff. Anyways, CG weight and your trim value is right here, chat. If you're ever curious, it's on the weight and balance tab. So 25.6 on the CG weight, so we'll go ahead and plug that number in, 25.6. We'll throw that in there. Good. And there you go. You should have your initB page completely figured out and filed. Everything looks good. If we jump outside right now and we have a quick little look, I just want to make sure that they are loading the aircraft correctly, which they are. So everything looks good here. Everybody is loading their stuff. Everything's happy. They're all doing well. Looks like my frames have actually come up a little bit. We're now above 30 FPS, so good news. And as I say that, they go down. But FO, you have your 310 views in your Discord. I don't see them. I don't, Visheth. No, I need to upload them. So yeah, it's a GSX profile. I didn't test it yet. GSX got an update late last night, and everything seems to be working with this aircraft now. Pushback, everything seems to be working. So I'm not quite sure if a GSX profile is needed at this point. I think that they've added it, but yeah, everything should be good. I think we'll have to find out, but everything looks like everything should be okay now. So once again, over to the electronic flight bag. There's one more thing that we need to do. Now that we have all of this information, we can go over to our we need to hit this the little configure. So runway conditions, Tora, which is the size of the runway. If you're ever curious, you can always come over here and you can hit this number right here instead of actually searching in the charts. So you can look in the chart, you can go to the Toronto airport, and you can plug in the information if you want. 3389, we're departing on runway 23. 3389 is the length of the runway, but it's also got it right down here, 3390. So you can just select it. It's quick and easy. Runway conditions are dry. The runway heading, once again, you can click on it and it has it for you down here on the bottom left, 226. The winds, which we were just looking at, winds are a little bit funky here today, but if we populate this guy once again and we go to back and we go to Montreal, sorry, we go to Toronto and we go to weather, we're going to put, weather has just been updated. So there you go. So 260 at 10 now is the wind. So that's what we're going to put in. So we're going to put 260/10. It takes care of the slash for you. Make sure you hit the enter button, otherwise it won't populate it. Good. Outside air temperature, I believe it was 14 degrees. We'll have a quick little look here again. 8 degrees. Ooh, a little bit chilly. 8 degrees, so we'll populate that. We'll insert that. Good. And then the QNH today, because I run everything in kilograms, it's not going to give me that. It's going to give me 2973, but I have a trusty little website that I use for that. So 2973 is going to equal 1006. So we'll plug that in, 1006, and we'll insert that. Good. Our weights today, so we know our zero fuel weight is 10 do I put, yeah, it is 0 fuel weight in here. Okay, I had to think about that for a second. 103.2, so 103. Now, chat, I may be wrong. You may actually have to put your tow weight into here. I'm not quite sure if it's 0 fuel weight or tow weight. We're going to go with 0 fuel weight just because I feel like that would be the correct answer. I believe it's always a 0 fuel weight when you're setting that stuff up. Flaps will be slats 15 degrees, flaps 0. Anti-ice is off, air conditioning will be on, and we'll go ahead and hit the calculate button. You can see here that we've got a flex temperature of 57 and our V-speeds 35, 35, 170. That seems absurdly high, but okay, we're just going to go with that one. 170 on the V2. That seems to be a little bit fishy. I'm not quite sure if I believe that one, but hey, what do I know? So again, we'll throw in those numbers: 135, 135, 170. I don't think I've ever seen a V2 speed that high. We'll leave that like that. Good. So 135, 135, V2 via the FCU. This is your FCU. So in order to get the FCU populated, you need to have your APU on. So we won't worry about that quite yet. We'll just have to set those numbers when we're done. It's got a little bit of brightness here on some of the lights inside the cockpit. Good. Upstairs, everything looks good there. We're still boarding the passengers, so we're still kind of waiting. No need to load the get the EPU on quite yet. Just going to bump this back outside. We'll watch the rest of the baggage loaders do their thing. If anybody has any questions, it is your tow weight. Okay, cool. Thank you, Chad. So we'll go ahead and fix that. We'll put that in there. So we'll go back inside and we'll fix this number. I don't know if that's going to change anything, but we'll fix that number. So our tow weight is was 111.3. If you're wondering where you get that, you can just go back here and it should give you your gross weight. So it's actually showing 111.7. So we'll plan for that. So 111.7, we'll go back here, we'll plug that number in. So 111.7, and then we'll insert that, and then we'll recalculate that. It still gives us the same numbers. So thank you for that, chat, the clarification. So there you guys go. You do have to put your tow weight in here, which is your total weight. Cool. That looks good. Maybe if we do maybe it wants a flaps. We'll try that. Let's try that. That's way better. 38, 38, 65. Okay, we'll do that. Flaps and slats and flaps. Have to get used to saying that. So 138, 138, and then 165. We brought that number down a little bit. 7 knots off that. So that should be good. Thank you, chat, for that. That's why you guys are number one. Time to align the GPS, don't you think? Did I not press the button? My bad, dude. See, again, you always got to learn something. Init ref, I thought I always hit that button, so we'll do that. Align IRS, thank you. I have it on the quick setting as well, so it shouldn't take too long. I tried adding my sim brief plan, but it just continuously says pending. Where's that? Mitch, did you update GSX? GSX had a huge update last night, and I believe that they've addressed some of the issues that are going on with this, but don't hold me to it. Can't get all my custom views for this airplane with the camera config file, but it works for every other airplane, just not the 310. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. I had issues setting all my wing views yesterday, unrealistically stupid. I was trying to download a bunch of users in my chat. Were trying to help me out. I couldn't do that, man. Are my online services down? They keep going up and down, Kevin. They're all over the place today, man. Yeah, all over the place today, dude, unfortunately. Anybody having trouble calibrating the throttle? The throttle should be super simple, man. You put your throttle at idle and then you select it. One thing that I can say that I think everybody's having issues with is if you come down here, make sure that you have, unless you're using like the Thrustmaster TCA, reverse on throttle axis. Make sure that you have that off. Calibrate thrust levers, again, should be super simple. I don't want to do it right now. Actually, screw it. I can do it. Tap to calibrate. So what you do is you can see that that's my at idle. So we'll start calibration, confirm idle position, yes. And then it wants me to go to toga, which is going to be all the way. I'll confirm my position, save calibration, done. There you go. That's your throttle calibration. It should be that simple. It's very, very, very simple. Like it should take you no more than a couple sections. Sections? I can't speak today, chat. Again, looking at a couple of the things today, kilograms that I have my unit set to, my IRS alignment, I have it set to short as well. Link instruments on, nose wheel steering on, and then brake temperature, that's just if you need to reset that. And then I have throttles into climb mode at 1,500 feet instead of 1,000 feet. And that's it. And again, reverse on throttle axis. If you're having issues, turn that off unless you're using something that has like detents that go into. How do you activate reverse thrust? I mean, I have right now I'm using my honeycomb Bravo, and I just use the reverse thrust, and it's set up like every other one. So yeah. Okay, I'm using the Boeing or Airbus throttle for this plane. I'm actually using my Honeycomb Bravo with my Boeing handles is what I'm using right now for it. Okay, baggage loaders are fully loaded. Everything is good there. I'm happy with all of that. If we go back inside and up here, it says cabin door not closed yet because we are still getting a couple passengers. We've got about 60 more passengers on board. So what we can do now that the ground crew is gone and bye-bye, let me go ahead and set the proper altimeter 2973. So we'll set all of these 2973. We'll plug that in here. Good. That is all set. Let's go to the overhead and we'll go ahead and spool up the APU. Now, the cool thing about the APU is you do not need, it has its own fuel pump. So you do not need to turn on your fuel pumps if you want to spool up your APU. It has its own fuel pump and it is in the auto position. So all you have to do is literally hit the start button. We can come outside. I do have the sounds turned down quite a bit, but we'll park it right here. We should be able to hear it. You're totally offline now. The servers aren't too happy. Yeah, that's weird. Using your TCA throttle. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Like I said, it should take you no more than 15-20 seconds to calibrate your throttles. It's not like a typical Airbus. Like, you don't have climb detents, you don't have toga detents, you don't have, there's no detents, right? So it's literally just idle and toga, like throttles all the way up to the max, and that's it. So, yeah. I found for those only with TCA quadrant, if you have it set up to fly the PMDG 737, that it will fly the 310 easily. Gotcha. That makes sense, Beaver, because that's how I have it configured right now, right? I have my like profile or whatever for my throttle hooked up to the same way that I fly the Boeing, or like the 7.3 or something like that, Hello, Captain. How's it going? Love the 310. Looks similar to the 300. It is, yes, just a little bit stubbier, if you will. Okay, so we've got a good APU. Let's go upstairs here. We can go ahead and APU gen is on. We can go ahead and disconnect the external power. We can then start getting our pitch trims, yaw dampers, and ATSs to the on position. Again, fuel pumps are going to stay off till we're good for engine start. We can flip the APU bleed system on. It is quite a complex system. But again, everything is, it's kind of cool how this airplane was like the, think about this. I don't know when this airplane came out, but I'm assuming it was what, late 80s, early 90s, I think, for this airplane, maybe even earlier. So the fact that it has kind of like these automatic bleed systems and stuff like that, pretty impressive, believe it or not. So, okay, everything looks good up there. It still says my fuel pumps are off. That's fine. It's still saying that the left cabin door is open, which is fine because we are boarding our passengers. Everything's looking good over there. Why does the nav button turn off when I turn it on? Why does my nav button turn off when I turn it on? That's a good question. I have no clue. I'm sorry that I cannot answer that for you. Cruise altitude today, we're just going to plug it in. We're going to be lazy pilots chat because there's a lot going on. 35,000 feet, we've got that in there. We're looking for a flex temperature today as well. We need to get all this information plugged in. So we're looking for a flex today of 57 degrees. So I'm going to come over here. I forget what this panel is called, but it is quite old school. You need to actually set flex, and then we're going to plug in our number of 57. Now, you don't have to do this. You can leave it in the auto position, and that's fine. But I prefer doing it this way because it actually is giving us a flex temp. So I like to use the flex temp given, which is 57, which is going to give us a target N1 of 95.6.
How do you check your MSFS 2020 settings if it's possible without bothering your stream?
You want to know my just put exclamation point MSFS for my settings. Those are my settings, sir. Exclamation point MSFS. Those are the settings that I'm running. Where did you get this livery? You have to download the iniBuilds launcher. So the iniBuilds, they have their own little launcher. If you want all the liveries, I think there's like 50 plus liveries or something like that. There's a bunch of liveries. So yeah. You've had an issue with it stopping following the flight plan? No, I have not. Again, I've done only 3 flights, so I can't really say, oh, this is, no, everything's working fine. I've done 20 flights. I've had no issues. I haven't done a lot of flights in this airplane yet, so you have to wait. I don't know why, chat, but off departure, you set your decision height, you put -5. If there's a real pilot in chat, there's somebody that knows why we do that. I have no clue. I just know that that's what gets done. Everything else is good. We can put our constraints button on, and then we're going to leave that at 15 nautical miles like that. And then that's it, chat. We're just waiting for the last couple passengers to board here. I think we're getting, what are we getting? I think we're getting the last couple passengers. Maybe they're boarded. Last 12 passengers are now boarding. So I do have all my wing views. I've got a left wing front. I've got a left wing behind. I've also got a right wing behind and a right wing in front. So I've got all my views. I also have a nice little external preview when we're flying. We can just snap to this one. So I've got all my views set up. I will upload those to the Discord after. So yeah. There's a Ryzen 5 5500 Corsair Vengeance 16 gig GTS 1660 Barracuda 2 terabyte. Gonna run Microsoft Flight Simulator decently. I think so. I don't know. I don't know enough about those components, to be honest with you. I'm not quite sure. I feel like it should be okay, but what do I know? What do I know, man? All right, last couple passengers are getting on board here, chat. Don't worry, we will be airborne momentarily, or at least pushing back. There we go. Boarding is complete. Wonderful. Let's open up our GSX tab once again. Let's prepare for pushback and departure. Good. Departure clearance has been requested. Wonderful. Back over here to the electronic flight bag for 2 seconds. There's something that I wanted to do that I forgot, and my brain has completely slipped. Yes, V2 speed. 165. So we need to set that in here. 165. They are ready for pushback. Good. 165 is in there. Beautiful. And then if we come down here and we look at our performance data, if we go to takeoff, you'll see that it plugs in here 165. So you can see 138, 138, 165, flap retraction speed 148, slat retraction speed at 186, and clean by 211. That's what we're looking for here, chat. GPS primary is available. We have all of our screens up here. We're looking good. Altimeter is plugged in. I think we're looking good here, chat. I think we're all good to go. We're ready to rock. So the tow bar is being connected. Everything's looking good. Probably do a cabin tour when he's at cruising altitude. We can do a cabin tour when we're at cruising altitude, sure. We're not cruising for very long, but we can do one for sure. Is this screen in front of you also part of GSX or a partnership between GSX and Standalone Scenery? No, this is done by GSX. So somebody has made a profile for the Toronto airport, and then this is done through them. I love how there's an RBC ad right here. If you guys ever fly in and out of Toronto, you'll know that this is an actual thing. They have RBC ads everywhere. Earn a $5,000 scholarship from RBC. Nice, chat. There you go. We are going... what are we doing here, chat? Lane 1, tail east. What are we... Sure, let's do that. Cool. Let's release the park brakes. Beautiful. There we go. We're starting our pushback. Everything is good to go. Wonderful. So, here's where the fun part begins. Let's come over here. We're going to get all of our fuel pumps on. We need those on to start the engines. Good. We're going to come down here. We're going to flip our ignition system to ignition A. If you listen quietly, you're going to hear all the packs turning off, which is a great sign.
You're looking extra cute today, Cap.
Thank you. Appreciate you, David. I put on my lipstick just for you, my friend. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you, my man. Cool. That looks good. So you can hear the pack systems are all turned off. Everything's looking good. And with that, we can start spooling up engine number 2.
I was 5 hours into a long haul from Frankfurt to Boston with the 310 before it started slightly drifting off course and spiraling into a nosedive a little bit later.
That's not good.
Not sure what's going on, but
I'm
not the only one.
Interesting. I haven't done it on a long haul. We're doing a long haul tomorrow, 4.5-hour flight, so we'll see how that goes. Beacon light comes on. Let's go ahead and spool up engine number 2 to the open position. Good. We're coming down here. We are going to confirm that we do have a good engine start. N2 percentage is rising. I'll turn the sounds up here so you guys can hear these engines just spooling. Again, we're looking for about... It's a little bit weird with this airplane. You can start the engines between like 23 and 25% N2. I usually like to wait till we're closer to like 25. And that's usually when I like to spool it up. So you can see 24, here comes 25. We'll introduce fuel to engine number 2. I'll give you a nice little wing view of this guy spooling as well. Natural Born Keeler, my man, dropping the gifted membership. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Minecraft 64, please make sure that you say thank you to Natural Born Keeler for the support, man. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, dude. Do I have a PPL? I don't have any pilot training whatsoever, my friend. I am a flight sim enthusiast, and that's it. Blue Star Line, what's up, man? Appreciate you, dude. I've been getting some performance issues. Yes, so have I. I think everybody has. Blue Star Line. Apparently, iniBuilds is aware of the issue. Hopefully, we get a fix, like I was mentioning at the beginning of the stream, somewhat. Hopefully, we get a fix sooner than later. I hope we're not waiting weeks for this stuff to go through. So, yeah. Not quite sure where this pushback is taking us. He seems to be taking us around the airport right now. No problem. We fly using TCA Boeing. That's exactly what I'm using. Yes. All right, and let's go back up to here. Park brake is on.
Ground. We have a good engine start.
Thank you.
Disconnect.
Beautiful. Good. Let's go ahead and spool up engine number 1. Hit the start button. Good. Come down here. Confirm N2 percentage is rising. Once again, we're looking for about 25%, 24, 25%. Slight performance issues. Overall, very thrilled with the aircraft. Yes, 100%. Yeah. Maybe that's something they'll add in the future, Jacob. Who knows, man? Do you have any interest in becoming a real pilot for a living? No, I don't, Austin. I'm very content with what I do, my friend. Very content. Here comes 24. Here comes 25. We'll introduce fuel number 1. Good. We'll give you a nice little wing view here of that. What is the best one of these? Latin VFR, MSY, Flightbeam Denver, FS Dream Team Cord. All are on sale. Flightbeam Denver, Luca, in my opinion. I would probably go Flightbeam Denver, then Cord, then MSY. So that would be my tier list, if you will.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Thank you. Have you tried any of the new gliders? I haven't. No.
Ride is clear.
No. I've been very busy kind of setting this airplane up and getting it ready to go. Fred, what's up, my man? I know, right? Finally, it is here, my friend. All right, cool. 2 good engines. So, what does that mean? Well, let's go upstairs. Engine generators come online automatically, so that's all fine. We can go ahead and get the probe heat on. We can flip this over to continuous relight. We can then flip the APU bleed system off, which will in return turn on the engine bleed system, so that's all good. We can go ahead and APU goes to the off position. It says have a good trip, that's all fine. Seatbelt sign should have been on, my apologies. I'll turn those on now. And that's pretty much it, chat. We're looking good. I'm going to turn those sounds down just a little bit. This airplane is loud, so I'll just leave it at that. And then we can go ahead and set some slats and flaps. So we're going 2 notches, 1, 2. This is going to be slats and flaps. So it'll do slats in the front. You'll see the slats kind of putting themselves out front in the first, and then we'll get them in the back. The flap noises, just listen to that. It doesn't get more old school than those. Hydraulics pushing all that fun stuff. Real cool. Technically N2, anything over 20% you can introduce fuel. There we go. Cool. Sounds good. All right, cool. So, engines upstairs, continuous relight. Everything's looking good. Everything is set. Happy with all of those numbers. Let's go and get our nose light over to the taxi position. Flaps are set. We do need a trim value. If we come back over here to our weight and balance, we can see that our trim needs to be 1.1 up. Do not forget this, chat. It's kind of a heavy airplane as is. If you forget to set your trim values as well, they're usually in the ups. If you forget to set your trims as well, oh my, good luck getting this bad boy off the ground. Now, old school Airbus, auto brake over to max, RTO, and yes, arm your ground spoilers. Old school, otherwise you're going to get all kinds of beeps going at you. Park brake can come off. We can start our taxi here, chat. We're ready to go. We're going over to runway 23 today. It'll be a slight right turn out of here and we'll be good to go. The flaps on the front of the wing, yes, slats and flaps. I was on the iniBuilds talking about performance. They believe it is to do when you add enhanced addition into the sim. Hopefully it's an easy fix. I agree. Yes, hopefully it is an easy fix. I seem to be above 30 FPS right now, which is good. As long as we stay above 30, I'm going to be okay. I can deal with 30 FPS. It's a flight sim. We're not playing a first-person shooter. So as long as it stays around 30 FPS, we should be perfectly fine. All right, having a quick little look at Navigraph here. I know Toronto Airport like the back of my hand, so we're going to make a right turn onto Alpha, and then we're going hotel. So we can just take a right turn right here at Alpha. Those of you who may not know Toronto, like I know Toronto, though. Are they going to add the cargo of the 310? Great question. I am not sure. That's something you'd probably have to go ask the developers over on their Discord or some Microsoft Flight Simulator forums or something like that, you know. 30 looks so different compared to the Phoenix, though. 30 FPS? I mean, we're averaging probably about, at this airport, we would probably average 35 to 45. Really depends where we are in any of those other airplanes. So like I said, we're averaging about 33 right now. It's staying at a pretty constant 33. It's almost locked at 33. So anything above 30 and I'm perfectly fine with that. So a couple things we need to do now, chat. I saw a couple of you were kind of wondering how you set this guy up. So the way that I like to do it is while we're rolling to the runway, I'm going to hit my nav switch. I'm going to hit my profile switch. And then for those of you that don't know, the toga button is right here. This is your toga button. So I saw a couple people struggling yesterday. They didn't know where the toga button was. That is your toga button. So that is how that is all going to be set. Also, if we want to fly this properly, we should probably set up runway heading just in case. I actually do believe this is a runway heading departure. What is the runway heading? 237. I do believe this is a runway heading departure, so we may actually throw this to heading mode, just because we do need to then go down to the FMC and send us direct too. So, yeah. What does profile do? Profile is essentially like climb mode, like, or VNAV in a Boeing, if you will. So the profile, it's going to kind of compute everything, and it's going to give you the best angle at the appropriate speeds and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? There's also something wrong with the WASM compilation. According to the SDK, the systems are running in debug mode, causing poor performance. iniBuilds is working on it. Okay, there we go. Profile's old VNAV. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Cool. Ecap, what does toga do? Toga, takeoff, go around. Sets max performance of the engines. Boom, boom, boom. Do you find this is in the same league as the Phoenix and the PMDG? Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, 100%. It's, again, you guys know I hate the word study level. It is a very complex airplane. As you can see, it took us almost 40 minutes to get this bad boy programmed ready to go. You know what I mean? So, yeah. What's up with the A310 profile not sticking during climb? What do you mean? I don't have any issues with it. I guess the 310 can climb fast. Oh, yeah. These engines are absolutely beastly. Yeah. These climb quite heavily. All right, landing lights are coming on. Wing lights, runway turnoffs. Thank you. And strobe lights and nose light to take off. Beautiful. Looking good here, chat. Pulling onto the runway. Again, not flying online today, so we don't have to worry about making any calls. Just going to pull this bad boy onto the runway. How about the Pyreek Belfast for $12? Dude, so worth. So worth, my man. Really wish it didn't go to that weird view like that. How do you get those engine views? Do you have the enhanced cabin? I do, yes. Thank you for breaking everything down, Cap. I'm waiting for your streams before I attempt it. Hey, man, no worries at all, dude. We're going to be flying this for the rest of the weekend, so should have lots of videos and lots of content up. Should allow you guys to see everything. All right, chat, let's do this. Joystick cam's going on. We are flying with my beautiful, trusty Thrustmaster TC8 Boeing yoke. We're going to go throttles up to about 40%. Hopefully we don't get any dings or any noises like we forgot anything. There we go. Should be good. Nice hold at around 40%, and then we're going to hit the toga button. Beautiful. Let's get it, chat. Let's get our chronos on as well. Boom. Let's go. Takeoff power. Set. Airspeed. Alive. .100 knots. She wants to go drifty on those gusts. V1. Rotate. Nice and smooth. She wants to go flying. And there we go, chat. Beautiful. Positive rate. Gears going up. Follow your flight directors. And remember, she is a heavy bird, so the roll axis is quite heavy on this. That's what I've found. You need quite a bit of deflection in order to get this bad boy to do things that you want. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to give it a good pull left or right, whatever you need to do. It is a big, heavy airplane. Just remember that. All right, we're going to throw it into level change here for now. Good. We're into climb power. That's all set. Looking wonderful. Let's go down here to the FMC or the CDU. We're going to go direct. We want to go direct saver on course. We're going to insert that. Beautiful. We're going to hit our nav tab. Good. We're going to go back to profile climb mode. Good. And then we're going to start making our left turn out to direct to saver. Wonderful. She flies so nice, man. It really hand flies unbelievably well. Like, I would have no problem hand flying this up to cruise altitude. All right, let's get our flaps up. Leave our slats out, but flaps are coming up. And then we'll wait till, what it was, 211 knots for slat retraction. Cool, we're direct saver now. And then there's 211 knots, so we'll go slats clean as well. There we go. And beautiful. Looking good, chat. Almost up to 5,000 feet now, coming through our first little layer of cloud. Going to be lots of cloud on this flight. It is cloudy as hell out there today. God, this simulator, man. I don't know what they did with the clouds, but it is just spectacular. You can see Toronto down there off to our left. Looking real good. And there we go, 6,000 feet. We're direct. Let's go ahead and get autopilot 1 on. I'll bring you guys back up into the flight deck. Not quite sure what happened to the engines there. They should be over to auto, which should bump to climb. It was still in the flex setting for some reason, so maybe you have to do that. I thought usually it did that, put it into auto. Now, one other weird thing about this aircraft, you need to lock the gear. So you need to lock your gear once you get to once you get airborne. All right, nose lights coming off. Do the rest of our things. Nose lights off, runway turnoffs off, wing lights off. We'll go ahead and disarm our ground spoilers. Good. And we'll wait till 10,000 feet for the rest of them. As you can see, we're climbing 4,500 feet per minute. Now shallowing out about 4,000 feet per minute. So, yeah, she climbs. She climbs. How do you get the enhanced cabin? You go to the marketplace. If you're on, turn the sounds down here a little bit. If you're on Xbox, I don't think you can get the advanced cabin. I'm not quite sure. 10,000 feet, chat. Landing lights coming off. Everything else looks good up here. Nav and logos, beacons, and strobe all stay on. Engine start switches go to the off position. Seatbelt signs can come off as our flight attendants will now start the in-flight services. And there we have it, chat. I would say that's a pretty successful departure for the first time on stream out of Toronto. Everything went smoothly. We didn't have any alarms. No, nothing crazy at us. So looking good. Cap, is it realistic to hear the flaps in the cockpit of the 310? Probably not. I don't think so. Yeah. Press CL thrust mode. Yeah, I'm surprised. It usually does that automatically, but we got it. If you just put it on auto, all you have to do is keep it on auto, man. You don't have to actually like go through and hit climb, cruise. If you just put it on auto, it should, so after takeoff, like when you're, you know, whatever, 2,000, 3,000 feet, if you just push the auto part, it should take care of everything. It should go climb, cruise, and then when you're on like final, it'll put it into toga in case you need to do that. So yeah, does the weather radar work? It kind of does. I don't know. It kind of does. Yeah, like we can turn it on. It should showcase some stuff. It kind of turns it on. I don't know. It's a little bit weird, to be honest with you. I'm not quite sure if I've 100% got the grips of it, but it kind of works and kind of shows you. I don't know if we're actually going to see anything. I know that they were saying it shows precipitation now. Like it'll actually show the precip. But yeah, maybe if we tilt it down a little bit, we'll actually get something. I don't know. It was working yesterday. Now, yesterday there was a bunch of storms. There's no storms here today. This is just like low-lying clouds and stuff. There's no storms out here today. But, yeah. I've also noticed that some of the shadows on the airplane are a little bit janky, doing some weird things. So again, maybe a couple updates. That could be part of the developer mode that it's running into as well. Who knows? What did I miss here? We had the Real Fox XQC coming in for 34 months. Geez, 31 months. Keep on hustling, Cap. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we got Fuber as well for 11 months, as I can smell that badge. Oh, baby. He's coming up there. Thanks for support, gentlemen. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a beautiful outside view for you. There you go. The airplane flying away. Remember, guys, if you are here and you are enjoying the content, please don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. Truly do appreciate everybody being here. Hopefully everybody's learning something. Again, hopefully all of the issues that we kind of are finding throughout this flight, some of the performance issues and everything, hopefully all those things get fixed. Again, iniBuilds is aware of the issues that are going on, so hopefully all of this gets fixed within an update fairly soon. Lucky for us, tomorrow we're flying down to Punta Cana. I loaded into Punta Cana last night to get a nice screenshot, and I was getting like 50 something FPS, so I don't think tomorrow is going to be an issue. Maybe Monday flying back to Toronto may be an issue, because we're doing a 4-hour something, I think it's about a 4-hour flight, so yeah. Where do you control the slats? Daki, it's all part of the flap system, man. So you have flaps and you have slats and flaps. The easiest way for me to kind of show you how to do this, just pay attention to this thing right here. So these are your slats and these are your flaps. So you can see one notch is going to put your slats at 15 degrees. 2 notches is going to put your flaps. See how it does this thing? 2 notches is going to do slats 15, flaps 15. 3 notches is going to be slats 20, flaps 20. 4 notches or 3 notches is going to be slats 30, flaps 40. They're all kind of tied together. So, yeah. Mika, I'm sorry, man. There's a lot of people in here. I apologize. Giveaway for the 310? Yeah, sure, 100%. Yes, no problem. We're doing a nice giveaway for the 310. Connection lost. Hopefully that issue doesn't keep persisting today. I thought we got away from that. Marlon, thanks so much, man. Dropping the $10 donation. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you very, very much for supporting the streams. Really do appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is it just me, or the sound's not the same quality as an X-Plane? I find the sounds to be much better in this one. The X-Plane sounds are good, but this is way better. Yeah. My whole autopilot panel doesn't show anything, and I can't change anything. Does anyone know what I need to do? Pascal, you need to make sure that your APU is turned on. You cannot manipulate the autopilot panel without your APU turned on. This is how you do it. ATS. These 2 buttons right here. This is how you turn on the APU or the autopilot command, but you can't turn these on until your APU is on. So make sure that your APU is on first, and then you worry about those guys. Got it? Get it? Good. Just one leg today? Nope. I believe it says in the title, does it not say round trip? I believe it does. If you look at the whole title, it says connection lost again. My goodness. If you look at the whole title, it says round trip, I believe. Let's give away a free product. Yes. I had to re-download MS 2020 a couple weeks ago, and I'm hooked now with the Phoenix PMGG, and the views are something else. Yes, they are. Beautiful. Yeah, they are beautiful. Hey, Gab, sorry for asking again. What reasonable PC do you recommend for beginner simulator pilots for X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator?
She is a thick girl, but she's fun.
Yes.
Granted, sometimes you have to pull her hair, or stick a sock in her mouth. She'll get you where you need to go, and put a smile on your face. Much like
Absolutely.
Sky Waitress Jenna.
Yes. Sky Waitress Jenna. Hold on, I need a good screenshot here, chat. I need a screenshot for a flight on Monday. That's a great screenshot right there. Thanks so much, C2A. I appreciate you as always. She is, man. Somebody was asking for a good PC. I don't know, man. Listen, dude. I'm trying to think of like the best that you can buy, the best that you can afford. Computers are like cell phones, right? So you get, new computer components come out. The 4090 comes out. Everybody's going crazy. Guess what's coming in like 9 months or 12 months from now? The 5090. So it's one of those things, man. You're constantly playing catch up when it comes to these. When I built my computer, the i9-10900K was the best CPU that you could buy. The 3080 was the second best GPU that you could buy, because you could buy the 3090. But now we're already, this computer is what, a year and a bit old, and it's already not even the best that you can buy. So it's just one of those things, Yeah, just one of those things. Servers are getting overloaded now with all the people getting on. Was doing all right a few hours earlier. Interesting. Yeah. Wait, what happened to Candy? Oh boy. Just change X value in order for the middle of the plane, but cannot get closer to the wings. Yeah, the wing views are a little bit weird. I know that. So, was the 310 project passed on to Microsoft ownership like the DC-3? And if so, wouldn't this be bad news? The ownership, I'm not quite sure how it works. I still think this is an iniBuilds airplane. They are the developer. I don't think Asobo is doing any developing on this airplane. I'm pretty sure that iniBuilds is doing all the development cycles on it, which is a good thing. That's probably what we want. So, yeah. Hey, Karl, how are you? I'm going back to the basic 1920 1080 4K 60 hertz. Very bad. Enjoy your day. You're going back to that? Nothing wrong with that, man. Hello, Cap from Albuquerque, New Mexico. My favorite part of flighting is takeoff and landing because it feels Like you're on a roller coaster ride. Happy Saturday and have a safe flight. Thanks, Tony. Good to see you, my friend. Has anyone experienced nosediving during a long haul? Somebody else said it spun, their aircraft spun out of control. I don't know. Yeah. Once flew a 310 from Air Portugal from London to Lisbon. Missed that one as well as the L1011. Have made several transatlantic flights on the L10. Very cool, man. Yeah, that's really cool. Have you seen the cabin screens? I have, yeah. Let us so focus on the sim and keep track of what we're on now. 100% agree. Yeah, 100%. Cap, did you see the file on GitHub that are made to live stream orthos to explain? I did not. No. My 310 on startup, it kept saying pitch trim fault and pitch trim switches overhead were resetting. Any ideas? No. I don't know. I haven't seen that one yet. I'm sorry, man. Yeah. Do you use auto thrust for landing? Yes, absolutely. It cuts the power at about 20 feet, 30 feet, 20 feet, something like that. Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice. What's your opinion on performance of the 310? Performance needs to be better. I think we can all agree on that, especially like at major airports and stuff. Performance needs to be better. Apparently, they are aware of the issue when it comes to performance, so hopefully that gets fixed. Yeah. Your plane dived into the ground on first takeoff, turned on autopilot, and it directed itself right into someone's house, assuming it's my fault, but not sure what caused it specifically. Interesting. I would say don't rely on autopilot for the beginning. At least get the aircraft to a safe altitude. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Gabriel, are you on PC or are you on Xbox? If you're on PC, just go to the iniBuilds website. You need to go to iniBuilds and download their ini manager, ini manager, and that'll give you all the liveries that you can want. I think they have like 50-something liveries up already. So, did we decide on a new emoji badge to be made? A new emoji? We can't do any, Dan. We're already way over what we can get. Yeah, I feel like hopping online on the way back might be able to provide ATC services back in a YYZ. I don't know, Kyle. If anything, Kyle, can you just jump online tomorrow for us, man? I would appreciate that a lot better. I think today, for just the way that things are going, I think just flying offline is the way to go. Just, it's a new airplane. There's a lot of new people flying it. I think it's just going to be chaos if we log online. But we are flying out of Toronto tomorrow, so if you can kind of set something up for tomorrow, that would be much appreciated, man. I'd absolutely love that.
Captain, I have changed my camera.cfg file.
Yep.
But I cannot get close to Windows for some reason.
Yeah.
What is the trick?
Honestly, dude, I don't even know what the hell I did. Oh, I changed my XYZ value. So you have to save a view first. So like save a view, like, I don't know, man, save a view like this, right? Save this view and then save it to whatever number 5 and then go into the config and change the XYZ values of the number 5 view that you have. What I did is somehow I ended up with this view. I don't know. This is when I changed my XYZ values. This is the view that I ended up with, and guess what? This view allowed me to go outside, and with a little bit of wiggling and jiggling, I was able to set up like these wing views that you see here. I was able to do that on either side. So yeah, it is a pain in the ass, but I'm sure you'll get it. I have faith. I have faith. Yeah, you're on Xbox. Yeah, unfortunately, Gabe, the only liveries right now that are available are the ones that come with the aircraft. I think more are going to get added. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Does anybody know why Xbox, there's like no liveries when it comes to Xbox? Is it something to do with like Asobo and Microsoft not wanting to get sued by these companies for creating these liveries or something like that? I don't know. I really don't know. Harley Quinn, thanks so much for support, my friend. Up into business class. Huge no floaties to you, Harley. Thank you very much for supporting the streams. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you.
Smitty, Candy, with an I, isn't a thick girl. Colombian diet powder and being a freak will do that. Jenna, on the other hand, has had a couple kids and it shows, but she's trying to get back into workforce. Good for her, but OnlyFans might be better.
How the hell do you come up with this shit, man? Huge no floaties to you, C2A. Thank you very much for the continued support, sir. I appreciate you, man. Did we already go through Top of Descent, chat? I'm pretty sure we already went through Top of Descent, which is crazy to me, but I guess we'll put it in descent mode. Are you going to start descending? I feel like there's no way we're already at top. Okay, no, we're not. We're not. Okay, good. My bad, chat. My bad. I was like, there's no way we've already hit top of descent. Top of descent is in, 60 miles. 60 miles or so. So we're still good. I was like, there's no way we've hit descent mode already. I guess I can just throw this down, and then when we hit it, we'll hit it. So we'll put 5,000 feet in initially. We'll do that. Holy ground speed? Yeah, dude. We're that tailwind, man. Welcome to Canada. 548 knots on the ground speed. Yeah, she goes, man. She goes. Says discontinuity ahead. I don't think we have a discontinuity, do we? No, everything's good. No discontinuities. We're good. I mean, look at those views, dude. That is just... Hold on. Let me get another screenshot of that right there. That's what we want. Stunning. Good. They said that iniBuilds will make a free livery pack for the marketplace. Ah, there we go. So there you go, Gabe. You're just going to have to wait a little bit, man. Can you simulate an emergency and land in Ottawa? I'd rather not. This is the first flight that we're doing with this airplane. I'm just fingers crossed that everything goes smoothly today. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll see about doing some emergencies and some fun stuff maybe later on. I think for the rest of the week, we're just going to try and do our best to land this airplane properly and do some stuff. Kool-Aid emoji. SSK, what's up, man? Welcome back, dude. Been a while. Descending has been weird. It had me put level change then back in a profile. No, you shouldn't. As long as you... The one thing about this airplane is down, the little down arrow to start your descent, and then if you're in descent mode, you should see this, PDES, which stands for predicted descent path. I think that's what that stands for. You want to see P in everything because that's your profile. That means that the aircraft is taking your cost index, your cruise level, all that fun stuff. It's using all of that information, kind of like a Boeing would, right? Into there. So that's kind of how that works. We're cruising at Mach 0.78. We've got 547 on the ground speed. Just bananas, man. Just bananas. Sim Toolkit Pro flight bar that shows how far we are flight is not working. Yes, I am not quite sure why it's not working. To be honest with you, I can try and give me a sec here. Let me close this, and then I'll relaunch it. We'll see what it does. Give me a sec. I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to turn you off. Good, cool. And then Sim Toolkit Pro. I'll try and relaunch it and see if that's what's causing the issues. I have no clue. We'll see what it does. Continue with local account. Don't restore. Flight planning. Load from SimBrief. A310. Good. And fly now. Connect via Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay. Good. You're down. You're down. And then go to progress and refresh. Aha! There we go. It worked. Just needed to relaunch itself. There we go. We're good. Have you seen the screens in the cabin? I have. A lot of you guys have been asking for a cabin tour. So we're about 50 miles from top of descent. So let's do a little bit of a cabin tour here. So we'll open up the door. We'll come through here. Hello, hello, hello. Beautiful cabin here in the 310. And yes, I don't know if any of you guys have seen this, but you can go ahead and find yourself a seat. Let's say we're sitting right here, and you can actually click on this information and see all this cool stuff. Outside air temperature, 48 degrees. Altitude shows our altitude, vertical speed, shows our ground speed as well, shows our heading, distance to destination in kilometers, and ETA of 31 minutes. Pretty bananas, man, that you can like click on all this stuff and it shows all of that. It's pretty wild, man. Pretty wild that all of this is a thing. Again, it just goes to show you the level of development that goes into some of these airplanes. And in my opinion, this is exactly why I absolutely love iniBuilds as a developer. I truly feel that iniBuilds is like, they're unbelievable, man. And I don't know if I could have picked a better, like, look at this back galley, man. Like, imagine having this much room on a back galley back in this day. Like, it's just crazy. This is why I absolutely love the fact that iniBuilds was picked up by Microsoft to do this type of projects for them. And remember, chat, when I said that we're just scratching the surface with this stuff, okay? As many of you know, I'm sponsored by iniBuilds. They work with the channel hand in hand. If I wasn't under so many heavy NDAs right now, I would love to just be able to spill the beans and say, oh my God, chat, this is what... Remember I said last week, just wait. And I mean that. I'm not just being a dickhead. I'm not just trying to rile up channel views and channel likes and stuff. I sincerely mean that when I say just wait. I truly believe this is just the beginning, man. And how crazy this is. The fact that this is considered a default aircraft now within the simulator blows my mind, dude. Blows my mind. So just you guys wait. Just you wait. Can you change the cabin lights? Good question. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, to be honest with you. I don't know. Some tunes going here. What is the difference between level change and profile? So profile is essentially just like how it is in like a modern Airbus. Profile would be like the descent path, right? In an Airbus, like your managed descent mode. Or if you like to fly Boeings, it would be considered like your VNAV, your vertical navigation. So yeah. How about airplanes can show the bathroom, bro? No. Imagine the Beluga coming. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. That's the reason I wait for a better 777. Captain Scam will never do such a plane like this one. I agree, Andre. 100%. Yeah. This is a default aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Then you see the A330 for X-Plane 12. Interesting contrast. Yeah, big time interesting contrast for sure, man. Yeah. Going over to EBBR from EGKK, a little quicker hop than my type of flights. There you go, clips. Enjoy, man. FPS is an issue, unfortunately. Get 60 at Bermuda in the 738, 43 in the 310. Yeah, it's definitely is, Matt. Yeah. And I think they know what's going on, and hopefully they're gonna address the issues with performance. Because yes, I would love to have this airplane perform exactly like the 7.3 does, you know. And I know iniBuilds, and I know the way that they do their optimization stuff. So in my opinion, there's no reason why it wouldn't be that way, you know. So yeah. What is the scenery for CYUL? The Gamer Toys ! Scenery in chat. Or you can check the link in the description, my man. I provide links for everything that I use here on the channel. I don't hide anything from you guys. I don't try and hoard scenery, and every single thing that you see me using on my simulator in my setup, there's a link for, man. Yeah. I just took off with Toga and this thing has power. Yeah, dude, these engines are massive. You know that these are the same engines that power the 747, right? They're the same engines. So the 747 obviously has 4 of them, but this is the same, this isn't fixed yet, and I really wish that would get fixed. The kind of the light blur issue. I feel like this gets fixed in an update, and then it kind of gets brought back in another update. I don't know what's causing it. It's almost like artifacting, like the light refraction. Something weird going on with the sun coming through the window like that. But hopefully it can get addressed. I don't think it's the airplane, but yeah. Well, the Montreal scenery is freeware. It is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good. It needs a lot more ground clutter, and the gates are kind of messed up. But, yeah, it's pretty decent, man. Pretty decent, especially for freeware. I agree. I'm not really going to complain about freeware, right? Not going to complain about freeware, my man. Ooh, they parked at a... Really? Interesting. I'm wondering if this is even going to have this. They parked at a non-gate in Montreal. This flight did. Did all your add-ons reset with Sim Update 11? Did all my add-ons reset? No. All right, and there we go, chat. There's our descent. Because we had it in profile descent mode, we were starting our descent. Jared, 18 months. Says 18 months, Kyle. How do you get the cost index from SimBrief? Mine shows M80 or M5, whatever SimBrief shows me. Yeah, it's the Mach number. So with these older jets, instead of like SimBrief giving you a number, it'll give you like a Mach number that it wants you to go with. Cost index is one of those random things, man. You could literally choose a cost index between 5 and 100. The easiest way for me to kind of explain it to you, if you want a higher cruise value, so you want your speed to be higher throughout the whole process, the climb, the descent, the cruise, set a high cost index. If you want to have a more conservative cost index, meaning that, you know, under 10,000 feet, your airplane will do 240 knots. At cruise, you'll probably do between Mach 7.6 and 7.8, like kind of like how they would in the real world. I would say go with a cost index of 5. I personally usually go with something in between. I'll use 25, 35, 55, any one of those numbers, 65 even we've used before. You really can't go wrong with cost index. It's something that's generated by the airline, so it's one of those things that, like I said, you can't really go wrong. You put whatever number you want, but in my personally, what I've always done is I use between 5 and 100. Again, higher value if you want to have a higher cruise, not altitude, but cruise speed. Let's say we wanted to do this flight, but I wanted to use a Mach 0.81 as I'd probably set 75 plus 80, you know what I mean? Something like that. Cost index of 69, yep. There's people that use cost index of 100. There's airlines that use a cost index of 2. It really just depends, it really just depends. You can't go wrong. Just choose a number, Use 66 at your line. There you go. So there you go. Where do you get the liveries from? If you're on PC, the liveries can be downloaded from the iniBuilds manager. So the iniBuilds manager that you can download directly from the iniBuilds website. If you're on Xbox, you're going to have to wait. There's no liveries available yet. You're going to have to wait. All right, chat, we're coming in here. Let's pull up the weather for Montreal just to confirm that everything's still looking good. Winds are 250, 13, gusting 20, of course. They knew that we were en route. They knew that they had to give us some challenge. Of course, welcome to flying. I swear to God, winds follow me everywhere. The winds were perfect. Half an hour ago, the winds were absolutely magical. They were beautiful. And yeah, now we're going to get absolutely bashed around, I bet. Actually, Nightbot is showing something even different. Nightbot is showing 260 at 20. We'll see. Diversion of YQB? You're not going to divert for that type of wind. That's nothing. Okay, so let's look at this information. Everything looks good here. We should be able to plan all of this now accordingly. Let's go and set up for runway 24. That's what we're going to be doing. Did you guys say there was a way to move this without doing a thing? I didn't see it, but let's set this up here. So 1105 and 237. So we're going to set those numbers up here. 110.5 and 237. So we'll hold this guy, let him come all the way around. Well, I guess I don't understand. The auto throttle crashed off takeoff. Mitch, are you hitting the toga button, my man? What was it? 237, not 273. 237. Mitch, are you hitting the toga button, my man? Toga is this button right here. So lining up on the runway, you should have nav or heading select, and then you should have profile armed, and then this is your toga button right here. You do that. This aircraft set up very similar to the 300. It's identical, Maverick. Yeah, identical, man. Yeah. What's the difference between enhanced and original one? And also, have you experienced any nosedives? No nosedives. The enhanced is all 4K textures. So it replaces all the textures with 4K ones. So yeah. Seatbelt signs coming back on. What was the altimeter, chat? Altimeter was 2950. 2950. Beluga incoming? I hope so. Who knows, man? Currently doing a Tehran, Iran flight to Baku, and the E300 gives so many possibilities to explore new parts of the world. It does, yeah. Who flies? Is it Iran Air that flies the A3, the 310 still? Man, look at these clouds. I think I don't know what they did with the clouds, but they look even better now, chat. Like when you have an overcast, it actually shows like a flat layer of overcast. Again, this kind of just reiterates the fact of like this X-Enviro garbage. Like we don't need this for this simulator, man. Like the weather and the way that the weather depiction is going on. Also, have you noticed no crazy wind gusts, no crazy wind updates that we've received this entire flight yet? None of that. So it's crazy, man. Is there a minimum callouts of the 310, or is the GPWS too early for that? No, it should give you, I think it gives you 1,000, and then 500, and then 300, 200, 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5. You actually get the 5 call out in this bird as well, so yeah. Iran Air still flies the 310, very cool. Captain, any freighters coming from any that you know of? I'm not sure, Santiago. I'd love to see an A300 brought into the simulator. I don't know if that's coming. That's something we really haven't spoken about with them, so yeah. What do you think of the sim update 11 and 310 so far? Good. Good so far, man. I mean, look at the FPS now. Now we're up into the 50s. We just shot into the 50s there for a second. I was getting 55 FPS. So there is something definitely holding back performance of this airplane 100%. I feel that we should be like up in the 50s when it comes to performance wise, but any PMDG EFB news? Nope, not that I'm aware of. Did you have troubles with the servers yesterday after release? I got disconnected a couple times, yeah. I left for a while. What arrival data have you done except the ILS frequency? So ILS frequency, and then we need to put our decision height in. So our decision height, again, old school airplane, we're going with 200 on the decision height, which will be our minimum. So we'll plug in 200 into this guy. Good. And the only other thing that you need to do is you need to come down here and you go to our takeoff/approach, and you just have to do some wind correction. So I always like to add 5 knots onto the wind correction. And then you have to put your MDA. Now, chat, can you guys help me out for a second? MDA, is that 200 or would that be 318? This is where I always get confused, and I think I've done it to myself. I confuse myself. The MDA would be 318, correct? So our decision height is 200, but the MDA would be 318. Is that correct? The MDA is the barrow. Thank you. So it is correct. So 318 goes in there. So 318 into the McDo. And then you also just have to make sure when you're turning on final, hit the final approach course. Very similar to in a modern Airbus. Final approach course will activate your approach phase. So it'll make sure that, you know, speeds and everything is all set correctly and there's no issues there. We blew through our 18,000 feet, 2950 we want to set. 2950, I was in the middle of setting that. 2950, there we go, cool. That is set, we're looking good there. Happy with that. Through 14,000 feet, still descending nicely. I think we want to take this down to 4,000 feet on managed mode as well. We have a quick little look-see here. We need to be at Sloka for 3,000. So we'll worry about that when it's time. I think the MD is the barrel height while MH is the radio height, but I'm not sure. It is, yes. That's why you have to put decision height in here of 200, and then the rest looks good. Yeah. Fly-by-wire 380 will be a Christmas banger. What an end to 2022. I don't think we're getting it at Christmas time. They're done with the external model, but they've just started working on systems and stuff. I don't think we're getting it before Christmas, Captain Rad. I mean, that's very optimistic of you, but yeah. Why won't my auto throttle work like it won't activate when I press it? So you can't activate auto throttle on the ground. While you're flying, or when you're about to fly, this is your toga button. So you spool your engines up to about 40%, and then you hit this button. That button should then turn on your auto throttle when you have your VR speed or V2 speed plugged in here correctly. Yeah. Firmus, I have no clue, my friend. I am, if I'm being 100% candid and honest with you right now, I have zero and probably negative reasons to fly an X-plane right now, dude. I am just, yeah, I am not interested whatsoever. I know that upsets some people. I hope you guys understand. Somebody with thousands and thousands and thousands of hours in X-plane. I've had it up to here, man, with the X-plane and the visuals and the performance and everything in between, man. I'm not interested right now. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be, that doesn't mean that I'll never be interested in X-plane again. But currently, right now, I'm not interested, man. Not interested at all. Are you flying during the holidays or taking a break? I fly through the holidays, man. I take a couple days off at Christmas time, but just because I have to do some traveling to visit with family, friends, and, you know, fiance's family and stuff. But no, I'll be here, man. I'll be here, dude. Do you like the new Navigraph update? I do, String Bean. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. Have you tried the gliders? I have not tried the gliders yet. Nope. Saw a commercial for your green drink the other day. Man, they are going hard with the promoting it, Mopar. Hard. Do you know how to get the wing views? Because mine won't work. Patience. Patience is a virtue. Hecap, how do you know how to get an add-on 330 on Xbox? There is no 330 yet available, Gabriel. Aerosoft is making one. I don't know if Aerosoft plans on making it available for Xbox. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, you're just going to have to wait for somebody to develop one. All right. Landing lights are going on, chat. We're through 10,000 feet. We'll get the wing lights on as well. Probably don't need them, but that's okay. We'll get those on. And then engine start switches to continuous relight. Good. We'll put our auto brake to low, and we will arm our ground spoilers. And that's it. We're basically on a downwind. Oh, you can see it's picking up some weather. So there you go. So the way that the weather radar works, like I was saying yesterday, I was speaking to the iniBuilds team. The way that the weather radar works now is it picks up precipitation. So what you're seeing here on the weather radar is precipitation. That's not necessarily clouds or clouds that we need to be, scared of or anything like that, but that's picking up precipitation. So there is some precip going on at the airport. Now, if you actually look outside, it does look like there's some precipitation out there. So yeah. How are the frames now? We're averaging about 40, 35, 40. So pretty good, pretty decent. This airport's pretty good on frames as well. It's not a payware airport. Like I said, there's not really a lot of ground clutter or anything like that. So yeah. I got the manager. It said no product installed with deliveries. If you're on PC, make sure you go to the settings and make sure that you link your community folder or you link your Microsoft Flight Simulator folder with it. So you can't see the FPS. Oh yes, that's right, because I turned this thing. My apologies. There you go. Now you should see it, my friend. Sorry guys. How should the weather radar work IRL? It picks up precipitation, turbulence, and I think cloud layers, but it depends. 40 while streaming. What do you predict if you weren't streaming? 45, 50 is what I think is what I was getting yesterday. Yeah. Blue Crayon, what's up, man? Good to see you, Doc. Joandy, what's up, my friend? I'm new to your channel, watching over the USA roads, heading to Miami. Nice. Lucky you, dude. Stay safe, though. Is the hurricane done over there? WestJet apparently starting service between Calgary and Dubai in March 2023 on their 787s. Jesus. That's pretty crazy. I wish the wings and landing gear were modeled in the X-Plane version like they are here. Yeah, I mean, I just think that's probably limitations when it comes to X-Plane, right? Haven't played Microsoft Flight Simulator in a while. Do I have to install each individual update, or is that just the latest? That's a good question, Ben. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. I think it's going to want you to download the most recent version, and then you have to go through the community manager and download some of the updates and stuff. Yeah. The hurricane is long gone. I don't think Miami got it too bad. Got you. Okay. Gotcha. Depends on the radar. Mostly they don't pick up clouds that don't have enough moisture. Some reflect terrain, which makes them kind of useless in mountainous areas. Yes. Pcap was wondering if you connect the A310 to SimBrief and load flight plans. You can, Felix. Yes. The easiest way. Sorry, I need to go slats out. The easiest way would be down here, and you go to Menu, ACARS, and put in your SimBrief username right here, and it's that simple. And then when you want to pull up a flight plan, you just go request SimBrief. You hit that bad boy there. I'm not quite sure if the ATIS works. I'm not quite sure if the messages work. I'm not going to play with anything right now. Obviously, I want to get this airplane down on the ground, so we're not going to do much. Getting a little bit bumpy coming through these clouds, though, now. Because when I took off, I couldn't find the foot per minute indicator in the 310. Well, it's right here. This is your feet per minute. It's one of the old school ones. There's your positive. Positive would be the arrow pointing this way. Negative is this way. Yeah. ATIS message do work. Tested yesterday. Pretty neat to get the METAR with it. Very cool. What's up, man? Not too big of a fan of flying a variety of aircraft, especially old aircraft. I usually stick with a 319, 320, 321, getting knowledge of 310 and hoping to fly it. Awesome, man. Yeah, dude, it's good. It's good, man. It's good to open up your eyes sometimes. I'm going to flip this over to the ILS. Make sure if you're having issues, you need to flip this guy. Nav is what it usually sits in. Flip it down to the ILS, and it should give you the ILS, all your stuff there. So, now that we're passing the waypoint, what we're going to do is we're going to go direct, and we're going to go direct to Sólríkt. Beautiful. And I'm going to insert that. The airplane's going to make a right turn. What I'm now going to do as well is I'm going to throw this onto vertical speed. So I'm going to go U, and I'm going to descend, pop U, and then I'm going to descend at about, 500 feet per minute should be good. And we need to intercept at 3,000 feet. So we're going to continue descending now. Pop him, we'll descend about 300 feet per minute down to 3,000 feet. We are direct to Sólríkt, so that's good. Speed is also being managed right now, 210 knots, so that's good. We'll leave that like that. If we come down here, we can also take a look. It says discontinuity ahead. That's fine because we had that. Go to our approach phase. You can see here our V approach speed is going to be 138 knots, so we're looking good. 138. How do you sync all your altimeters? Pixelated Wolf, it's in here, man. If you go to your settings tab, link instruments on. Settings tab, link instruments on. Very good. Should be good right there, my friend. Again, there's the checklist. If you guys ever, it comes with a full checklist for those of you guys that want checklists or makes it easier on you. You can set all those guys up right there. All right, let's descend a little bit quicker here. 500 feet per minute down to 3,000 feet. I'm going to go ahead and arm our land switch and shallow that out a little bit more. Perfectly fine. Yeah, what I was trying to fly an hour ago is getting an IRS fault. Did you set your ADIRs aligned up top here? You have to do left side, right side, and center. They all need to be in the nav position. Nav, nav, nav. Lone Sparrow, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you, dude. Huge no floaties to you, sir. Says, happy Saturday, Captain. Just started ordering components for the new PC I'm building, going with a Ryzen 7950X and a GSX 3080. Looking forward to it. Nice, man. Enjoy, dude. Enjoy. Hey, Cap, it's snowing here in Indiana, so I've got nothing better to do at work, and I'm able to watch your streams. I prefer watching your streams. Anyways, Tyson, good to see you, my friend. Thanks so much for support, dude. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Cap, what's your favorite Canadian airport? Ooh, I don't know, man. Probably City Center, to be honest with you, just because it's so damn cool. The fact that they land Q400s into City Center still blows my mind. 190 knots on the speed. I'll start bringing that down now. You can see our glide slopes coming alive as well. A little bit rainy out there, chat. A little bit rainy, a little bit cloudy. This update also included very good renditions of Kaitak and Juliana, better than payware options. Wait, did it come with TNCM? Saint Martin, Juliana? What are we talking about? Let's light up here on the glare shield. You can see a little bit better. Cool. All right, here comes glide slope, so we're looking good, chat. Let's go. Let's actually wait till we hit glide slope. Let's see if it picks it up. Now, yesterday it wasn't picking it up. It was doing weird things. Okay, so it does. Glide slope, star, and loc is good. Beautiful. We're descending now, so let's go gear down. And we'll go flaps 15 degrees. We'll start rolling back the speed. Initially, we'll roll it back to 170. Good. Turn the sounds up here as well for you guys. Saint Martin is part of the update. Absolutely epic. Damn. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So, you'll notice here, it's not descending on the glide path, although it seems to be that it is now. I had this issue yesterday. I don't know why. It seemed to get almost a full star under. Maybe it's the flaps. Maybe it was the balloon of the flaps coming out or doing something weird. Also, shit, chat, I wanted to do this. General options, experimental. This should stay on now, replay tool. We're not going to do a turnaround. We're actually going to, so we'll record the replay, and we'll be able to watch the replay, hopefully. You find cargo or passengers? There are no cargo variants right now. We're flying the passenger variant. Look at how sexy that is. Air Transat. What's going on with that? Oh, I see. I went into the menu and it reset all of my. No, don't be silly, plane. Don't be silly, airplane. Don't do this to me now, airplane. As if it's still having that issue. I went into the menu and it completely botched that all up, chat. That's my bad, man. I apologize about that, chat. Are you actually going to get us back on path? You'll may need to do a go around here, chat. We'll see. It's kind of got us up back on path. All right, it actually, we recovered, somehow miraculously recovered. I forgot that going into the menu does all kinds of random ass weird shit. We saved that one. Holy crap. All right, let's start a recording. Record. Good. Flaps coming in. Good. All right, joystick cam's going on. A little bit messy. Apologize about that. I'm going to take control of the aircraft. Holy bananas, chat. Nothing to see here. No worries. We've got it. Those are those gusting winds. We're perfectly on slope. Everything's looking fine right now. Nope. 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 Don't do that. Thank you. Oh my dear Lord. Oh my Lord. Okay. No problems. Nothing to see here, chat. No problems. Everything is safe. We're all good. Don't worry. Oh my God. Holy shit, chat. These gusts are no joke. Pineapples in chat, please. Pineapples. Don't worry. I'm going to recover like a professional. No problems. Nothing to see here. Oh my dear Lord.
15, 14, 13, 20, 10, 5.
Chat, nothing to see here. Center line, nose down gently, decelerating. Nothing to see here, chat. Fuck. Oh, shit. 70 knots, reverser stowed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Montreal. I don't know how the hell we managed that one, chat. We did it. Holy hell. All over the place, man. Jesus. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Toronto, Montreal, sorry, don't even know where we are. Welcome to Montreal. That was spicy. If anybody knows my channel, knows that, don't worry, I always get you down on the ground safely. It may be a little bit sketchy, but do not worry, I always get you down on the ground nice and safe. Holy hell, dude. People are yelling. I don't want to turn the wipers on, man. They're so annoying, bro. You want to listen to that? And half the time I've noticed it doesn't work either. Landing lights off, wing lights off, strobe lights off. Like, listen how annoying that is. I don't want to listen to that. And they don't even work. They're not even moving anything. Okay, let's stop the clocks. What are we on there? 49 minutes. 49 minutes on the flight time. Let's clean up the spoilers. Let's clean up the flaps. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We almost ended up in a field in front of runway 24 left. Holy gusts, man. That was an interesting one. If you're using FS Realistic, make sure you turn off low altitude turbulence. Yeah, I think it's off. It should be off because I just imported my flight plan. Low altitude. Oh, it's not. Okay, thank you. I just got that one. Why are these on? Prop wash off. Reverse thrust. That's fine.
Each
Scary
passenger
ride.
with a complimentary shot of whiskey when debarking after that.
Okay, apparently it wasn't off. It is now off. Thank you for that. That may be what's causing some of the issues, especially some of like the rolling left and right like that. That could be what was causing some of the issues. So, who was that? Zach, thank you for the $5 donation, my man. Appreciate you as always, Zach. Huge no floaties, dude. Hey man, at least we put it on the runway. At least we put it on the center line. We had a good landing there too.
Sounds like your engine sound is low.
Cap, sounds like my engine sound is low. Why just have it turned down a little bit because this airplane is really loud, man. Like really loud. But yeah. Well, that was entertaining. No problem. I'm here to provide entertainment. APU start switch system can go on. Ignition system can go off. I'm going to go ahead and spool up the APU, so we're going to be good to shut everything down here. I'm going to get all the flaps back out again for replay. We can kind of see what went wrong. Now, we may be a little bit too big to come down here. Actually, no, I think we're okay. A little bit too big to come down this apron area. GSX wants us to go right here. Should we listen to GSX? Sure, why not? Let's listen to GSX. This is where GSX wants us to go. This is where we will go, chat. This isn't even GSX. This is like the default stuff, is it not? I think. Cool. We'll call it right there. Park brake coming on. APU is
There is
on.
a sound sliders on EFB cut.
Yes, yes, there are sound sliders. I know that. If you go over here, there's sounds, but like, I don't know how much louder you want the engines. I feel like the engines are perfectly fine where they're at right now. You can still hear them. You can't hear engines? I hear engines. I hear engines perfectly fine. APU available. Good. APU
Can't stop
lead
thinking
system
about the
on.
last airbender.
Dude. Engine number 1 is off. Engine number 2 is off. Ladies and gentlemen, sketchily, welcome down. Why is an APU gen on? APU. Okay. Apparently the APU bleed system, or apparently the APU system wasn't fully on, but now it is on. Wonderful. There we have it, chat. We can breathe some fresh air after that one. Let's go to GSX. Let's operate. Okay, let's go to GSX. Let's operate jetway. Swissport. Yep. Okay. I don't know what happened to the jet bridge. This is like even like a half jet bridge. Why the hell did they want us to park here? Anyways, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's just go directly to the replay, shall we? That's what everybody wants to see. My goodness, dude. Wait. Why didn't it record? Hello? Chat, it didn't record the replay. Sigh. How did it not record? Did we not hit the replay button? Chat, you know what we have to do here in chat. Can we get some blame Dans, please? There's only one person to blame here. I never clicked record, but I activated it. Fudge me. You know why? You're right, Danny, because the airplane literally wanted to fall out of the sky when we did that. Oh, chat. Can we get some blame Dans, please, in chat? There's only one person to blame here, chat. It can't be me. It cannot be the pilot being blamed for this. Also, what the hell is this jetway? Well, are you going to work down here? Can I get the jetway to come out? No, this jet bridge is literally broken. This is the problem with this airport. Like I said, it does a good job for being a freeware airport. Like, it's free, right? I'm not going to complain. This is exactly what Montreal looks like. But, like, look at some of the jet bridges. Like, look at the way that they've been done. Like, they're so... It's like they modeled, like, this part, and then they just, like, chucked in a default. And this isn't GSX, because I've gone and disabled jet bridges through GSX. So this is actually from the scenery developer. This is what I'm saying. It's just kind of like, I don't know, man. It's like, why not just attach the jet bridge right here where it's supposed to be? Like, why are these jet bridges, like, kind of... And half of them, like, aren't jet bridges, but half of them are. I don't know. Weird stuff. It's nice scenery. I just wish it was a little bit better. That's it. Okay. Well, we're not going to deboard. We're not going to do anything. I guess what we're going to do... The airport is 2 years old, so maybe it doesn't work as intended in newer simmer versions. It could be. I thought it was updated. Though. Maybe not, but I could have sworn it was updated. You got distracted with the approach going rogue. Yeah, it was crazy. We almost fell out of the sky because you know what happens, right? When you open up the menus, when you press this and then you go back into the game, it put all my flaps up and their spoilers went out. That's what happened. So the second we went outside, or the second I opened up the menu to activate the replay panel, it put my spoilers out and all my flaps up, and we barely recovered. Barely recovered. Lights pointed backwards? No, that's the 300, man. The A310, sorry. It has the green and yellow, the green and red in the front, and then it has the white lights in the back. Dan. That is why real-world pilots don't open the menu whilst landing. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, should have known, man. Should have known. If only I had pilot training. Daniel Barry with the $3 donation. Daniel Barry. Thank you for the $3, Dan. I don't know why it's not reading it out. It says, I need a pay raise if I'm being blamed for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I agree, Dan. I actually feel like that's something that you need to reach out to Microsoft about. I can't do much about that.
How convenient. All of our pineapples have been smashed in and there's no video evidence to use in our lawsuit.
Exactly, right?
Face.
Exactly. No evidence, none here. All right, chat, bear with me here for a sec. I'm going to reload the simulator just because after everything that just happened, I'm going to reload the simulator. So bear with me here. I'm going to throw some tunes on. I'm going to do this super quick. I'll just restart and we'll get loaded up back here into Montreal for the return flight to Toronto. Bear with me here for a couple minutes. I'll throw it to the Be Right Back screen and I will see you all in a few minutes.
Catering vehicles are on their way. Boarding requested. Pilots boarding starting. Crew boarding starting. Your crew has boarded. Passengers boarding starting.
Alrighty, chat. Welcome back. Sorry, I stuffed my face with some lunch there real quick. Cool. Let's do it. The aircraft is boarding. You can hear the passengers boarding. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump inside the airplane. Let's get this bad boy programmed, ready to rock and roll. First thing is first. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go to the little plug tab. Sorry, I lied to you. I'm going to go to this little guy right here. I'm going to go on GPU, and we're going to activate that. It's basically going to bring the aircraft alive, and it's just going to be on GPU power. So let's go to the overhead. We're on external power. Battery switches are already on. Let's get our ADIRs left side, right side, and center. We'll get those all aligned. Beautiful. We'll continue our flows down here. Everything looks good. No smoking to the auto position. Everything up here. Battery switches are all in the on position. Galley power can come on. We'll go and get our nav and logo lights on. Everything looks good up here. Fuel pumps are staying off. APU master start switch can come on. We'll get our oxygen supply on. We'll get the window heat on as well. Everything else looks good here. APU bleeds off. Bleed system. Everything looks good there. Cool. Let's come back down here to the electronic flight bag. Let's start doing some stuff in here. So let's go to our init ref tab. Let's go to our menu tab. We're going to go to ACARS. We're going to request our sim brief flight. There we go. YUL back to YYZ. That all looks good. Our alternate CYTR. CYTR on the alternate. Why can't I find T? Thank you. CYTR will populate that. Good. Return flight on that. Good. Our call sign today, Transat TSC, what are we, 18? Yes. Air Transat 18. Good. Populate that. Cool. We'll leave the rest of that blank for now. Cool. Let's come over here to our electronic flight bag. We're going to go to our weight and balance tab. We're going to start loading up the airplane. So, passenger count today, according to the wonderful sim brief, 194 passengers. So we're going to plug that in, 194. Good. We're looking for a zero fuel weight this afternoon of 100.4. So we're sitting at 95.6, so 100.4 is what we need. So we'll bring in a little bit more cargo, 100.5. Good, close enough for me. Cool. And then fuel for today's flight on the return leg, we need 9.1 because we are going to be dealing with that headwind. So 9.1, which adds a couple minutes onto our flight plan. 9.1. We'll call it 9.2. That's good. And then you need to come back up because it just did some weird stuff. 100.4 is what we're looking for. There we go. 100.4. Cool. We'll go and apply that. Plan applied to aircraft. Beautiful. Looking good. Cool. Happy with all of that. Great. Let's go down to our McDo, our CDU, whatever you'd like to call it, and let's start working on this. We're going to align the IRS. We'll remember that this time. Let's go to our flight plan tab. We're going to do our SID. We are departing out of 24 left. We are going to be on the YUL1 departure. We'll go ahead and insert that. Beautiful. It's basically runway heading, radar vectors, direct bob key. So all of that is good. I'm happy with that. Wonderful. Let's scroll all the way down here. We're going to go to YYZ. We're going to go to star. We are expecting to land on runway 23. We're going to be on the Rajid 5 arrival. Good. With the Torney transition. Good. And then if we pop open our charts, and we have a quick little look-see here. I need to open up the Toronto charts. Approach ILS 23. Where are you? There you are. And I'm actually going to populate that up here as well. And you can see it via NUDEC. So we'll go ahead and plan for that via NUDEC. Good. And we'll go ahead and insert that. Beautiful. Cool. There's our flight plan. Everything looks good there. Wonderful. Let's go back to our NITREF page. Let's plug in some information. Cost index today, 45. Wants us up at 360. That's fine. 36,000 feet. Let's go to the next page. We'll do our init B page. So 0 fuel weight was 100.3. So we'll plug that in, 100.3. Good. To the 0 fuel weight. Wonderful. Block fuel, again, was 9.2 is what we had. So we'll populate that. Good. Nope, wrong one. 9.2 goes into the top. My bad. Block fuel, 9.2. Good. And then we need our CG weight. So our CG weight, again, is found down here, 25.8. So we'll go ahead and plug that in, 25.8. Beautiful. We'll throw that into our CG weight. Wonderful. Cool. Everything is set there. You can see that our optimum flight level would be 38,000 feet. We're choosing 36,000 feet just because it is a little bit of a shorter flight than normal. Wonderful. That's pretty much done with there. We can go to our takeoff and departure phase now. Come back to the EFB. Let's go to our takeoff performance. We'll plug in some numbers. So we are planning on runway 24 right for departure, which is 2,927 meters. Good. Surface conditions, it's not raining, so we'll say dry. Runway QDM 223, we'll plug that in. Winds, I just had them up here. Winds, according to information, there we go. Winds, no, we want back Montreal weather. Winds are 260, 18, gusting 25. So we'll go 260 at 25. So 260 at 25. 25. And we'll enter that. Good. The outside air temperature is 13 degrees. 13. Enter. Thank you. And the QNH is 2954. And we'll go ahead and just put that into my little converter 2954 1000 1000. Good, cool. And we'll insert that. Beautiful. Our weight today, which was our tow weight, so we'll just go ahead and grab that quickly here. Tow weight was 109.6. So we'll populate that in here. 109 point, oops, not dash, 0.6. Good. We're going to do a flaps and slats 15. Anti-ice is off. Air conditioning will be on, and we'll go ahead and calculate that. Gives us our V-speeds today, 59 on our flex temp, 35, 36, 161. So we'll go 135, 136, and then we'll leave the V2 blank as we need to put that into the autopilot panel. And that is pretty much it, chat. Just like that, we've kind of got the airplane ready to rock and roll. A couple more things that we need to do. We'll turn on some lights everywhere so that we have some nice brightness up on those guys. Good. Come down here. Your lights are coming on as well. Good. Let's go over here. Autopilot panel lights can come up as well. Good. Cool. And that's it, chat. We're basically waiting. The aircraft is loading. If I missed anything in chat, please feel free to get to it now. I am here. You have my undivided attention. You can kind of sit and chat. Cap, can we use SimBrief to load the flight plan into the plane? If yes, how do you do that? Slurry, I just showed you how to do that, man. Yep. So you don't put your file anywhere. You come over here. You go to the menu page. You go ACARS, and you put your SimBrief username right here. So again, menu tab, ACARS, SimBrief username, and then whenever you want to pull your SimBrief information, you just hit this request SimBrief. And you hit that, and it will go ahead and populate all of that for you, man. Super easy, super simple. nice and simple. Yeah, it doesn't really get any more simple than that. Hello again, Cap. Hope you're having an amazing day. I am. Yeah, I am, man. Are you connected to VATSIM? No, I am not doing VATSIM. We'll be on VATSIM tomorrow, man. Just with some performance issues that are going on with the airplane and stuff, I just felt it was best to kind of stay away from VATSIM today. So we're going to be using... we'll be on VATSIM tomorrow, man. If you guys do want to join, we're doing about a 4-hour flight from Toronto down to Punta Cana tomorrow. I'm excited about that one. Should be a lot of fun. A flight that I have done in real life. So should be absolutely awesome. Very much looking forward to doing that for you guys tomorrow. Should be great. We would need insurance on the next landing. True. Let's. How does this look? So another thing that I've noticed is it's still not saving. They've obviously got the bug going on. It's still not saving the replay. So I don't know what they've done, but even if you go to the cancel on someone I meant general options, experimental, on, apply and save, go back, resume. They still haven't fixed that. You still have to do that every single flight, which sucks. I would have figured that they would have fixed that, but yeah. Can you explain to where to put the squawk code in the 310? Yeah, again, very simple. Right underneath the throttles. Here's your squawk code right here, man. See how I'm showing 2000? You just use these two dials. The bottom one does these two numbers, and the top one does those two numbers. And then TARA right there. Super simple, man. Super simple. Does the 310 have a weather radar, and can you show how to use it, please? It does have a weather radar. Yes, it's right down here. Again, kind of in the same spot. Under the throttles, it is right here. So you need to make sure that the system is on 1, and that you put your gain all the way up to max, and then make sure that your tilt. You either want it to be, if you're departing and you want to tilt it up, you would put the tilt up. If you're cruising and you want to look at some of the weather down below, you put your tilt down. You have to remember it tilts, right? You can tilt it up and down. That's kind of how that works, man. Yep. Thank you very much. As said earlier, I'm just trying to figure my way out. No worries at all, man. No worries at all. No worries at all. Got the baggage loaders almost done with their job. I think we've got a couple more passengers. How many more people are we boarding? Hey Cap, is your in-game store available? Mine's not since the update. I don't know, Dan. I really don't buy anything from the in-game store, Dan. I wouldn't be the person to ask. Maybe ask other people in chat. Parking brake has a typo? What do you mean? You're correct, it does. It says like a brake is in a breaker. Yeah, parking brake. We're gonna break the parking brake. Break the brake. Dear Captain, if a player wants to skip many instructions and fly immediately, is it possible? Yes. Mayas, come over here to the electronic flight bag. Go over here to this little tab where you see these numbers. Hit that, and then go ready for takeoff. And select OK. Good to go. So you can do cold and dark on GPU, on APU, or ready for takeoff. So you can just put yourself on the runway, hit the ready for takeoff, and you'll be good to go, man. You will be good to go. I don't suggest doing that. If you just want to fly the airplane, sure, absolutely. But I always find it helps to learn the airplane a little bit better, right? Hey, Cap, the light's so strong on the taxi light and the winglets. Is it normal? Yes, I believe so. They do have very bright lights here on the 300, especially this back light here like that. Yeah. Also on the overhead on the left-hand side, it always says low pressure while I'm at the gate. Is that normal? Am I supposed to turn on those systems to let it gain pressure? On the overhead on the left-hand side, where? Here? Low pressure? No, you leave those. That's hydraulic. You leave those till engine is ready to go, man. Those will all stay off. Yeah, that's normal. That's fine. All right, ground crew is done with their stuff. We need about another 40 passengers to board. I'm gonna turn the sounds up. We'll spool up the APU. We'll listen to this bad boy spooling. Bring you guys right here. Yeah, Gab, I got the 310. I'm having issues with the autopilot. Can you help? I mean, I'll do my best, dude. I don't know how much I can help. It's a learning process, right? You're flying a big airplane. You're flying a new airplane. So it's going to be, you know, it's give or take, man. I can show you as much as possible, but you also have to comprehend how the systems work in order to truly understand it, right? Need some work, Harold, for sure. Need some work, man. Tailwinds out of Toronto are crazy today. Just departed. Nice. Gosh, and this 310 is free. Wow, they did a good job. They did, Cameron. Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate it, man. All right, looks like we got a good APU. Jump back inside. We see that the APU is on and available. APU gen is on. External power goes off. You hear the little click of the transfer. That's all good. Cool. We can come down here. We can go to our ground services. We will disconnect the GPU. Beautiful. And again, just waiting on the last couple passengers to go. I got the start correct. I'm having issues getting the autopilot to work. I don't know if I'm hitting the right buttons or something, but it is weird. Well, Philip, we're about to depart, so stay here, stay tuned in, and I will hopefully be able to show you how to do this. Do you know what I mean? So stay tuned. Hopefully I'll be able to show you exactly how it's done. Yeah. I'm almost at LAX airport flying the Cessna 172. Nice. Enjoy, man. Am I baked right now? No. What is my route? Going from Montreal to Toronto. They said it's because the plane is not perfectly installed. That's why. Interesting. That might make sense. Yeah. I got the startup correct. Oh, sorry, I got that one. Okay. And yeah, if you guys are having troubles, just FYI, Semper just put an awesome point up. If you go over to the iniBuilds or the Microsoft Flight Simulator website, they have done a complete tutorial on how to start up this airplane, how to get it ready to go. They've done a full in-depth look and fix and kind of showing you guys how to fly it. 2954 on the altimeter. We'll plug that in. Looking good. I hope that a lot of A320 pilots that are switching to this learn how the climbing profile works so that they don't break constraints on the SIDS and such. I mean, all you have to do is throw it into profile mode. It's pretty simple, man. You put it in profile mode and the aircraft should, you know, respect those constraints and everything, right? All right, let's go to the overhead. Pitch trim, yaw dampers, ETS, left side and right side are all coming on. We are fully refueled, so we can get the fuel pumps on now as well. That's all set. APU bleed system comes on. You hear the bleed pressure start. ECAM memo showing TAT and icing range. Should I throw on the engine anti-ice? You can if you're in visible moisture, Zach. The in icing range is just based on the outside temperature. It doesn't, you know, if you're flying through like clouds and stuff, yeah, I would start considering it, right? Right, Harold, that's crazy, man. Crazy to think that this aircraft comes for free now with Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's absolutely wild. One more passenger to board, chat, and we're going to be good to go. We're going to flip you up. We're going up to 36,000 feet. We're going to be lazy pilots today. 360. And what was our speed on that? Our speed was 161. So we'll plug that number in here as well. 161. Beautiful. Looking good. Cool. Sweet. All right. GSX. Prepare for pushback and departure. There we go. Departure clearance has been requested. Wonderful. I do not always respect constraints. iniBuilds says that it's just the way that the real plane does it. You have to be on top of it. Interesting. Well, there you go. There you go, man. You're well above the cloud layer. Just curious. Yeah. So, Zach, coming through the cloud layer, if it was still showing that, I would say maybe start considering it, you know? So, yeah. John, what's up, my friend? Good to see you, dude. How is leg one and this airplane so far? Not bad. A little bit squirrely. I opened up the menu on short final, which I shouldn't have done. And it kind of sent the airplane off a little bit, but we were able to recover, and we actually did put the airplane down on the center of the runway. How we ended up in center of the runway, I have no clue. The winds were just gusting and pushing our pineapples in everywhere.
Bypass pin inserted.
All right, bypass pin has been inserted. Everything's looking good. Is there a bug with the 310? There are a couple. Yeah. Right, all of our doors are closed. Everything's looking good. If we go upstairs, we've got the EPU. We've got the EPU bleed system on. Everything's looking great, fine and dandy. Probe heats will all come on after engine start and we're ready to taxi. One thing that I forgot, we want to flip you to APU Gen and we want to flip you to BAT 2 or BAT 1, it doesn't matter, you have 3 to choose from. They are locking the gear. Beautiful. Any ideas of how to fix the autopilot? It just keeps flying in circles. Go direct to and make sure that you're on nav, the nav tab. I don't know, man. That sounds like you're having issues with it. You know what I mean? Make sure you're on the nav tab. Go direct to. I'm not quite sure. Which way do we want to go, chat? Where the hell are we again? We want to go. Let's go tail right. So we'll kind of go out like that.
Release parking brakes.
All right, park brakes released.
Commencing push.
TCAS is on and reporting. We're looking good. There goes the pushback. Beautiful. Let's get our red beacon light on. Let's go and flip our ignition system to start A. We'll hear the packs turn off. Then we can go ahead and spool up engine number 2. Hey there, Cap. Do you know GSX takes up a few FPS in the PMDG? It shouldn't. Let's go ahead and spool up engine number 2. N2 percentage rising. Beautiful. We can actually set this to flex 2. And we're doing a flex of, it wants 59 degrees. So we'll go ahead and select that as well. 59 degrees. There we go. Beautiful. And again, somebody was mentioning anywhere between 20 and 25% you can introduce fuel. I like to wait just a little bit longer, but I guess we'll start introducing it at about 23. We'll introduce fuel to engine number 2. Looks a little bit nasty out there. Can you move around in the cockpit on Xbox without being at a fixed camera where you can't move? You can, Cameron. Yeah. What could be the reason for the flight path? The flight trim does not stay in position. I have no clue. Hardware confliction or something? I'm not sure. You thought Air Transat retired their 310s? Everybody retired their 310s, man. It's an ancient bird. Look at that wing flex, dude. It's so good. The EPU is not running? How do you think we just started the engines? How are we pushed back from the gate without an APU on? Just curious how you're gonna tie those two together.
Set parking brakes.
Park brake is set.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start.
Beautiful.
Disconnect.
Engine number 1 over to start. No, he said he's flying, SimPilot. He said he was flying. Or are you sitting on the ground? Yeah, so guys, a quick thank you, SimPilot, for clarifying that. For any of these to go on, your APU needs to be on. For your pitch trim, your yaw dampers, and the ATS to be on, you need to have your APU system on. None of these will work without your APU on. It's part of the process of before you push back, you turn all these things on. Thank you for clarifying that, SimPilot. 310 was replaced by the 330. I think so. Introduce fuel number 1.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Correct, SimPilot. Yes, very correct. DHL Air Hong Kong haven't retired the 310s? Yeah, I was more so saying North America. Doesn't FedEx still fly them? No. FPS isn't bad. Yeah, they've been, yeah. I can't imagine what they would be like on VATSIM. We'd be struggling right now, but I will take these for sure. Anything above 35, like I said, if you can successfully achieve above 35 FPS, your simming experience will be great. If you can achieve 40, 45 plus, it's even better, right? Cool, we've got 2 good engines. Let's go to the overhead. Let's get the probe heats on. Let's get the engine ignition system to continuous relight. Let's go ahead and kill the APU system. We'll kill the APU bleeds. We'll go ahead and set flaps and slats 15 degrees. I don't know why these are out. Set flaps and slats 15. Oh, that's because I went to open the menu. That's right. Air Transat was the last Western airline to retire them. I think Transat retired in March. It wasn't that long ago, Zachary. You are correct. Yeah. It wasn't that long ago that they retired them, man. Yeah. Is there a GE engines or they only have the Pratt & Whitneys? I think only GEs at the time. I think they plan on adding the Pratt & Whitneys, but I'm not sure when. You'll have to ask them about that one, man. Okay. Everything looks good. I think we're ready to rock and roll. Let's go back again to the overhead. We'll just confirm that everything's on. We're not forgetting everything. Everything looks good. I'm happy with all those numbers up there. Everything looks great. Let's get the nose wheel light over to taxi. Beautiful. Flaps are set, 15 and 15. Your indicator, your flap indicator is right here, chat. If anybody was wondering, here's your slats, here's your flaps. And then we need go to our weight and balance. I think it was up 1, yes. So we'll set our trim value up 1. Call that good right about there. Beautiful. Auto brake over to max RTO. We will arm our ground spoilers and we are good to go, friends. Park brake comes off. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and taxi ourselves over to 2-4 left for departure. Is it just me or does this plane have terrible FPS in Toronto? It does, Jack. You're not alone, man. You're not alone, dude. Can anybody tell me the score in the Philadelphia-Ottawa game, the hockey game? Philadelphia and Ottawa, they started at 1 o'clock. I'm assuming it's probably got to be halfway through the game now. I am very curious if Ottawa's going to be winning the game today. Hopefully they will. Where do you see the trim numbers? Right here, Julian. So if you go to your weight and balance tab, right down here, CG weight 25.8 and up 1.0. How'd I do that? Sounds like a heavy bird. It is. Yeah, it is, man. It's a lot of fun to fly, though. A lot of fun. So what we're going to do now is we're going to arm. It's 1-1, okay. At the end of the second, or are they still in the second period? Pull up on our chart here. We'll have a quick little look at the runway. It is 237 on the heading. So we're going to go 237. We're going to go heading select. And then we're going to go with profile climb. So that should be all set there. Near the end of the second, last 5 minutes. Okay, cool. Then it's saying vertical speed. So I'm going to initially climb at about 2,400 feet per minute. Because we are going to be on a vectored heading, we're going to pop that guy on as well. Cool. Everything looks good. I'm happy with that. We're taking a left down here and we're going all the way down. How much FPS do I have right now? It should say in the bottom right corner. I'm averaging about 35, 34, 35. So I meant on the trim wheel, is it like a Boeing? Well, yeah, if you look closely, you should see numbers. So you see how you have down and up. You just have to, there's a little thing here. It might be a little bit hard to see on your end. But yeah. Wish the sunshades were bigger. Yeah, they are kind of small. Probably true to life with the 310 though. .440 left in the second. Okay, cool. I don't think I'll be able to catch. I might catch some of the third period. Depends though. I think this flight's 45 minutes, 48 minutes, something like that. 53 minutes. In order to stop getting that annoying camera angle every time you're trying to switch, you should go to the camera config file and reset the camera view to default. Ah, is that what's causing that? battings, I will definitely do that afterwards, yeah. Be able to watch it if it goes to overtime. Got you. Yeah. Next week I'll be going to a long haul with a friend on this bird from Denver to St. Martin. Nice. Enjoy that, man. How's the Brinket playing? He's pretty good. He's not scoring the way that he should be, unfortunately. I think he only has like 2 or 3 goals this season through like 12 games or something. 13 games. Yeah, 13 games. He's got 2 goals. He's got like 11 or 12 points. He's almost a point per game. He's getting a lot of assists. But he hasn't been finding the net, man. He's been snake bit. He's getting chances every game. But, yeah, he's a little bit snake bit right now, man. Brinket does not have Kane. He's got Giroux, which arguably is almost just as good. So he's got Giroux. He's playing with Giroux and Stutzla. When I import from Simbrief, it keeps saying pending. I'm not quite sure what to tell you. It should work. I do not watch soccer, Daryl. Sorry. Kane had most of the Brinkets assists last year. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Have the wins been updated? Definitely, Matt. They're definitely a little bit better. They're still kind of a little bit all over the place, but yeah. I won a McDo last night helping out an amazing cause, and I can't wait to be able to use it. Awesome, man. Congratulations. Very, very cool. What will you fly on Monday? We're going to do the return flight. So tomorrow we're doing Toronto down to Punta Cana, and then on Monday we're doing the return flight from Punta Cana back to Toronto. That's kind of the plan for this week, and then we'll see what we're going to be doing next week. I'm not too sure what we're going to do, but yeah, we'll see. Is X-Plane worth it? 12? In my opinion, no, but that's my opinion. Everybody's going to have a difference of opinion, right? So, yeah. Does a cargo version exist in real life of the 310? Yes. Unfortunately, we don't have one in this sim yet, but hopefully we'll get one. Strobe lights, wing lights, runway turnoffs. Let's go, chat. Joystick cam is going on. Enjoy the departure, my friends. Alrighty, throttle's up to 40%. Chrono comes on. And Toga, let's go. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's alive. Knots. Holy wind, Batman. Jesus. V1. Rotate. Oh my wind. Positive rate. Gears going up. Jesus. Crazy gusting wind today, man. All right, climb mode is in. Bring the nose down here a little bit. Let's go to our flight plan. We're going to go direct. Bob key, insert. Let's flip this over to nav track. Right turn. Already up into the soup. Let's go slat retraction. Sorry, flap retraction. 211 will go slat retraction. Okay, there's 211, slats clean. And there we go, 5,000 feet. We're gonna go ahead and throw on autopilot. I'll bring you guys back up into the flight deck. Sweet, cool. Man, this thing is loud. Holy macaroni. Overhead, nose light, off. Wing lights, off. Runway turnoffs, off. Seatbelt signs, didn't have them on, but we'll turn them on now. Apologize. Which Toronto scenery use Fly Tampa or Reg design? I bought Reg, but it's super hard on frames. I use Fly Tampa, yeah. I would love to support Reg design as they're like a local developer and stuff like that, but I just, yeah, with performance like that, it's impossible, dude. I basically get 20 FPS flying into the airport. That, and it hasn't been updated in, I don't even know how long, dude. Look at those breakouts, man. Holy macaroni, chat. That is a thing of beauty right there, friends. Veronique, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for coming to hang out. Remember, guys, if you haven't done so, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up. I have no clue how many likes we're at, but hopefully we're at a very nice, respectable number. I've had a lot of people in here today. There was over 600 people watching the arrival. So appreciate everybody being here. Thank you, everybody, for the support today. I hope you guys have been enjoying it, man. It's always fun to do these types of things for you guys. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for watching today. I really do appreciate that. Nice FPS. Yeah, now it is. We're 46, 48 it was just at. Absolutely. Are you flying the Boeing yoke and Airbus throttles? No. I'm using my Thrustmaster TCA Boeing with the Honeycomb Bravo throttles. That's what I'm using. Can someone help me? I want to fly the 310, but I can't see the GPS. Can someone help me? Guys, there's been a lot of people coming in here. Like, I understand that it's a new airplane. I understand that it's a confusing airplane. I understand that it's you know, a little bit difficult to go through, but I'm just going to show you guys something here. Please, 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 if you guys are having issues, head over here to the Microsoft Flight Simulator channel and watch these videos, okay? You know, there's only so much that I can do as a live streamer and a content creator to try and guide you guys in the right direction. If you're serious about learning this airplane and you're serious about flying this airplane, please go and watch these tutorials, man. Watch those tutorials. They're going to explain everything to you. They're going to show you how to fly the airplane correctly. That's directly from the developer. It doesn't get much better than that, so I highly suggest watching those. Landing lights are off, seatbelt signs are off, engine ignition to the off position as well. We're enjoying the climb out now. This beautiful airplane. Trying a long haul out now. EDDF to CYYC. Nice. Enjoy, man. Enjoy, enjoy. Clouds are something else, dude. It's amazing. You partner that with like nice ortho underneath. There's actually really nice ortho around here. You partner that with those two, man. It's just incredible, dude. Just incredible. Nice, Nizzo. How's that working for you, man? Just joined. How do you like it so far? Really good, man. Really, really good. Performance is a little bit of an issue. But other than that, it's really good, man. Yeah. What time does the show begin? 12 noon Eastern time. You can put exclamation point schedule in chat. Throw some reshade and you kill it? Nah, I don't need reshade, man. No reshade needed, dude. It's perfectly fine the way that it looks, in my opinion. Perfectly fine. ACAP is the Orbex. KLAS, worth it. Orbex, I think it's Fly Tampa, right? Fly Tampa sells it on the Orbex website. I believe the developer is Fly Tampa. If the Fly Tampa is the one you're talking about, 100% Kevin. There's another one as well. Be careful. There's another one that does LAS. It's not good at all. You want the Fly Tampa Vegas scenery. That's what you want. Yeah. Are your bloom turned on in the settings page? The sun does not look right. I have the bloom turned off. It was affecting performance for a while, Johan, and I have it turned off. I should probably turn it back on. Feel there. Yeah, that's don't buy that one. Don't buy feel there. Do not. Yeah, I should probably turn the bloom back on, Johan. I had it turned off for a while because it was causing issues. Standard barometric pressure coming through. Well, we're through 18,000 feet now, chat. So we'll do that. We're still sitting at 36,000, looking good. Then we can sync up our heading. Heading of 271. So we got that in there. Cool. What's up, Gap? Checking in from Disney. The fam and I wanted to say what's up, waiting in line. Jesus, Timothy, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. I hope you're having, sounds like you're having fun. Sounds like you're having a great day, dude. Enjoy that, man. Enjoy that. What settings should I turn off to boost your graphics? I have no clue, man. That's probably going to be PC dependent, to be honest with you. I would maybe go through some things and turn things on, turn things off, whatever you need to do. It's astonishing how far machines like this have come throughout history. It's wild, Janky. It's actually insane when you think about it. Yeah, it's absolutely insane, man. Hey Cap, what are your thoughts on the Thrustmaster Airbus HOTAS? I'm shopping around because my Wing HOTAS isn't really great for commercial aviation flying. It's really good, Tyler. That's what I use when I fly almost all my Airbus. So yeah, absolutely. What is my favorite aircraft? I really don't have one. I'm an av geek. I enjoy anything that flies, man. Yeah. Captain Canada 1-800 tech support, especially on days like today, my man. Which is fine, dude. I understand. Everybody's going to have questions. Look at the FPS chat right now. We're almost up to 50 FPS. Something's going on. I like it. This is the type of performance I would expect. 50 FPS. Looking good. Okay, I think you can turn it back on again. Bloom, I do not have performance issues with that with the latest builds. Okay, I'll definitely turn it back on, Johan. Thank you. Yeah, definitely can. Do you know if the RCAF fly the 310? I'm not sure, Nizzo. I'm not really sure, man. Yeah. The lag just killed your landing? Uh-oh, that's never fun, man. That is never fun. Yeah, I have no clue what you're trying to say, man. It does not make any sense. I don't know why you would try and tag me in on that as well. I have no clue what you're trying to say, man. It's not making any sense, dude. I'm excited for tomorrow's flight, though, to take this down to Punta Cana. I've done that flight in real life, so I'm very excited for that. Is Field Air a bad developer in general, or just KLAS? They're not the best. Some of their sceneries are okay, but basically, if there's anybody else that offers it, I would go with them. You know what I mean? If there was anybody else that offered it, I would just go with them. Yeah. Lately, I'm enjoying flying the smaller airplanes, more relaxed, short flights. You only do commercial? I do, Maurizio, yeah. Yeah, I just do commercial, my man. Not the best, not the worst, that's for sure. If anyone in chat could help, I'm having an issue that as soon as I release the right click, all my screens go black in the plane. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. You get better performance in this than I do the 300 in X-111, so that's a good sign. True. True, yeah. Hello, Yahia. Good to see you. Let's bring this out here a little bit. So you can see now that we've got that wicked kind of quartering headwind, you can see that our speed, like our ground speed, we were in the 500s. I think it was like 548, and now we're sitting at 390. Like, holy macaroni, dude! What a difference! What a difference! Still looking beautiful though in that gorgeous Air Transat livery. What's your opinion on the top 3 scenery developers? There's a bunch of good scenery developers, man. I mean, that's the thing that I really love about this simulator is there's so many developers developing for it now. Top 3, like off the top of my head, I mean, shit, that's tough, dude. That's really tough. I don't know. There's a lot of good ones out there, man. I mean, you've got iniBuilds, you've got MK Studios, you've got Just Sim, who does like good but mediocre airports. You've got Vertical Sim, who does great work. You've got Pyrig, who does incredible work. You've got, man, there's so many. There's too many to name. There's too many to name, dude. Like, just all of those guys, like, all deserve a shout out. You know what I mean? So, it really depends, man. Really depends. ADB, good to see you, my friend. I hope all is well. Yes, quick match. It's always been true airspeed, man. Yeah. Always been true airspeed, my man. Do I like the Jackass movies? Yeah, when I was younger, sure. Absolutely. The new one was stupid as hell, man. I can't believe I'm saying that, but yeah. Dear Captain, does the autopilot do landings and takeoffs or no? I think this airplane is... Chad, is this airplane capable of auto land? That I'm not sure of. Yeah, Fly Tampa, that's what I mean, Leo. Like, the list goes on and on and on and on, man. Orbex, too. Like, Orbex does great stuff. Although Orbex, I feel like they've kind of slid a little bit recently. Some of the releases have been mediocre, but, yeah. How do you like the new COD? I'm enjoying it, Gavin. I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying the grind, that's for sure. There we go, chat. 36,000 feet, cruising at Mach 0.80. Beauty. Looks like we're going to be cruising here for, about 80 miles. 80 miles or so. Hey, Cap, do you know why my X-Plane 11, when I start a flight, says X-Plane 11 completely
We have
out of
identified an issue that somehow some users' WASM is not compiling and is in debug. This is not intended, and we have sent a message to MS/ASOBO. Like the
There we go.
PMDG, the A310 is a WASM aircraft, so should take at least some time to load in. Bonjour.
Yes. Which it didn't. It loaded like almost instantly, which I agree with you. Jared, thank you very much for the $5, man. I appreciate you, dude. I don't know why it keeps popping this up as well. Like, I don't want any of that information there. Thanks so much, Jared. Appreciate the support, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Saint Spiral, I don't know, man. You have to maybe turn some of your settings down in the main menu. Turn some of the settings down. Maybe that's what's causing it. I'm not quite sure. Do I need an Xbox remote for drone mode, or is there any way around it? You can use your keyboard, Seb. I use my keyboard all the time. You just kind of have to get used to what the keyboard commands are and what the controls are. Captain Thomas, good to see you, my friend. Welcome aboard. Hope all is well. Do you know of any JFK sceneries coming anytime soon? Yeah, I'm not sure, Battings. I'm not sure, man. Yeah, I don't know. Imagine landing this bird at Cork. Kerplunk. Hey, Cap, do you know why the PMDG is stopping every time I land? It's as if I didn't disconnect the auto brakes. Sounds like you might have like a bind issue or something. Maybe when you land, just tap your brakes. You never want to let the aircraft come to a complete stop on auto brakes, right? So maybe just tap the brakes. Something's going on. Yeah. I think that thing is popping up because of the assistant settings. Some people have had that issue in the settings changing after the update. Yeah. It's because I have to have it for the landing rate monitor, right? That's why I have that on, so... Yeah. Frankfurt being one of the busiest airports in Europe desperately needs a good scenery for that because the Sobo and Field there, EDDF are not good. I agree with you. They're terrible. It's not only are they not good, they're terrible. I 100% agree with that comment. Yeah, they are not good. No bueno. No bueno, no bueno. Do I like X-Plane 11? I have almost 5,000 hours in X-Plane 11. Yes. Very big fan of it. Really do enjoy it. Let's not forget about the JFK scenery. Yeah, sorry, the JFK. I thought somebody was making a JFK. I could be completely wrong. but I feel like someone was. I have an RTX 2060, flew into EDF on the event, got about 15 FPS during landing. Yeah. Yeah, something's going on for sure. I tapped the brakes, but it keeps on stopping. I heard it was a bug, but they keep releasing updates, and keep having problems. Yeah, I don't know, Santiago. I almost feel like it's maybe like maybe there's like a confliction with some of your keybinds. Maybe you're pressing a button you don't realize, and it's turning on like your park brake or something, or I don't know. I have that, like, you've seen it. Whenever I turn like left or right, sometimes the park brake comes on. I have to like fully step on the brakes and then go. Yeah. Do you know what your softest landing ever was in flight sim? Eddie, we got a -7. The one that like was actually real, we got a -7 foot per minute into Innsbruck. We were doing the circle to land. It was pretty incredible. A -7 foot per minute. That's like the lowest recorded one that I have, like for everybody to see. It was that one. Now, who knows if that's actually real or not? But yeah. Missed half the stream, but how's the 310 so far? Not bad, Leo. Not bad, man. There are a few little bugs. There are some issues going on, but so far so good, man. It's really fun to fly. That's the thing. So, Cap, will take an iniBuilds Phoenix. Need one bad. Somebody's making one. Who does Portland? Portland and Denver. The same guys that do Portland and Denver are making the Phoenix. We need a Phoenix. I do agree with you. Bad. We haven't been to Phoenix in a while. Yeah. Is this the first direct comparison to X-Plane? Who would fly the Ini 310 and X-Plane over Microsoft Flight Sim? Not sure, Big Cat. Flight Beam. Thank you, Wi-Fi. Yes. Flight Beam Phoenix. They are coming. I've heard it's going to be releasing soon, so. I'm going to enjoy the gliders next week. VR headset coming on Tuesday. Awesome, man. Yeah, that'll be badass, dude. Just gliding around and just being able to turn your head and look around and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be fun, dude. Enjoy that for sure. That is going to be a lot of fun. Hey, Gap, how's the performance for you in the 310? Could be better, Chris. Apparently there's a bug. A Wasm bug right now. It hasn't, like, completely loaded everything, so there's a little of a bug going on right now, so performance has been a little bit iffy sometimes. Yeah. Would Fly-by-Wire do a 321 or a 319? I hope so. AD, I don't know for sure, but I would hope so. Yeah. Steve, what's going on, man? All the way from Germany. Appreciate you coming to hang out with us this evening. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome aboard. Hope all's well. Hope you're enjoying the 310 as much as all of us have been. Remember, guys, we're going to be in the 310 for the next couple of days. Tomorrow, we're doing a flight that is very near and dear to me. A flight that I have done on this exact aircraft, this exact livery. Air Transat from Toronto down to Punta Cana. So we're going to be flying, I think it's about 4 hours and 5 minutes or something like that on the flight time tomorrow. So super excited for that. Super excited for that. Should be a lot of fun. Do you invest in stocks and crypto? No. How's the Latin VFR is? Yeah. I believe that. I believe that. All right, chat. What are we doing here? About 50 miles till top of drop. Does this have like a progress page? Never reference. No. Progress. It does have a progress. Huh. Look at that. Does it show me till top of descent? It says miles till destination. What's descent forecast? Oh, you can pull the winds. Okay, interesting. I'm not going to do that. Progress page, okay. Tact mode, I don't know what that is. Royal Eagle Ray, thanks so much for support, Ray. I appreciate you, my man. Dropping into into business class. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thanks so much for supporting the streams. I really do appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You think it doesn't have a top of descent? It does. It's right here. What do you mean? Doop. Top of descent. And we're about 40 miles out. So we can start programming some stuff now, chat. Let's open up our charts. We are going to be on the Rajid 5 arrival for the ILS 23. Can you see here, we're going to come into here. Actually, let's go back and let's grab the weather as well. Populate you, weather, good. We'll keep you right like that. Down here, we're coming in from Torney. We need to be at 7,000 feet for Denka. So if we have a quick little look-see down here on the CDU, we should look for Denka at 7,000, which it is correct. Everything is good there. I don't know why it's having flight levels. Definitely not flight levels, but that's fine. Probably because I have it in the hectopascal version. So Denka at 7,000 at 220 knots, which I believe is the exact restriction that we need. 220 knots, 7,000 feet, Denka. So beautiful. So the aircraft knows exactly what to do. So that's what we're going to do, and that's what we're going to plan. So we're going to throw in 7,000 feet. Put that in now. Good, and we are less than 40 miles for the descent. So if I hit the little down button on our altitude select, what happens is you see the P descent, which stands for profile descent, which if you're a Boeing flyer is essentially VNAV descent. If you're an Airbus flyer, that's basically managed descent mode. That's kind of how that works. So there we go. Cool. Terrible ground speed right now, 366. Getting blasted by almost 100 knot quartering headwind. Sheesh. Heavy, heavy. We now have the Phoenix A320, the Fly-by-Wire 320, the PMGG 73, Leonardo MD, BAE 146, iniBuilds 310, and Aerosoft 330. We are getting there. Yep, I agree, man. I agree, dude. Can I remember PMGG warning people that they were loading in developers mode about the performance degrading that was implied. I think the 310 is loading in developers mode. Should be an easy fix. Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully. Yeah, why are you here, man? Like, what's going on? Just leave, dude. Just go away before we have to ban another one of your accounts. Flew right over Toronto and London in the sim yesterday. Flying the AN 124 Toronto Center was great. Toronto Center is awesome, man. Yeah, they are. So when you hit the toga button, will the 310 automatically go into your flex speed, or does it just go full toga? Well, the toga would be your flex speed, Mitch. So whatever you set here, as long as you've set it correctly, so you're going to go down to this, I forget what this little panel is called, but you're going to go to the flex 2, and then you're going to set your flex temperature in here. Then when you're on the runway, you know, engines, ooh, forgot to lock the gear. See, look how silly I am, chat. There we go, gear's locked. Then when you're ready to go, throttles up to 40% like you normally would, N1 at 40%, and then you hit the little button here, and it should put in your flex. Like, it should put in whatever you've got in your flex. Do you know what I mean? Now, if you don't want to use a flex, just put it into toga. You know what I mean? Just put it into toga. That's it. That's it. Super simple. Super, super simple. How long have I had Microsoft Flight Simulator? Since day one. Day one release, my friend. I have had it. Okay, gotcha. That's what you messed up last time. No worries, man. And then to get your flex temperature, Mitch, it should be in like your takeoff performance. So once you plug in all this information, it should give you a flex temp up here as well as your V speeds. Super simple. And then if you go to your weight and balance tab, also make sure that you have your trim value set correctly. So you can see it gives you your CG weight and then your trim value. Make sure that you have your trim value set correctly. It'll make it a lot easier on you. A lot easier. Aid, how are you, my friend? Good to see you, dude. Appreciate you being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Very close to top of descent now, chat. Again, I still feel like there has to be a way in here to see like top of descent. So this is distance to destination. Is there like a distance to descent? Init ref? Wouldn't be init. Maybe there's no way to check on it. Maybe it's in this page? No, nothing there. I would have thought there was. Why did Tolis fall out with iniBuilds? That's something between them, dude. I have no clue. I'm not going to speculate on that either. I have no clue, my man. Your guess is as good as mine. Where do you put the ILS frequency and turn it on? QRV. ILS is right here, my friend. ILS and course. So your ILS frequency and your course heading. And then your minimums go right up here. This is your minimums, decision height minimum. And then to see it, make sure that you turn on, this is part of your flight director. Make sure that you turn on the ILS version. You can see here you'll get your your little dots. Make sure you do all those things, man. Yeah. For when I push back through the EFB, my pushback seems to always go ridiculously slow. Can you help with that? I have no clue. No, unfortunately. Yeah. No worries at all, Mitch. Glad I was able to help, man. Glad I was able to help, dude. Crazy this aircraft was launched in 1978. Looks so high-tech for the time. Dude, that's what I mean. Like, imagine being a pilot on this back, like, when it released. Imagine, like, 1980. You're this, like, you know, young guy. Wild, man. Yeah. I have an X-Plane fanboy Discord calling me a dick for critiquing Laminar's hard work, especially in the 330. Listen, dude, if there's one thing that I've learned FS Aviation doing this now is that if somebody is stuck on X-Plane, that's it, dude. There's no hope. You just gotta let them. You gotta let them figure it out themselves, dude. That's really all it is. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy. Don't waste your breath, man. It's just not worth it, dude. It's not worth it at all. Opinions on the aircraft, payware quality, absolutely, Daniel. Yes, 100%. Yeah, 100%, dude. Should be hitting our top of descent here in a second, chat. And we'll be descending down to 7,000 feet initially. What's hitting me is the yoke on an Airbus. Dude, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, right? You should make your own livery. It's a little bit, if I'm being honest, Tommy, it's a little bit distasteful in my opinion. I can understand why some do it. You know, you have some of the real world pilots that make their own liveries and stuff. That's probably because they just don't want to fly any other carriers, or they don't want to give up their carrier. I don't fly in the real world, so I have no problem flying under real carriers. Me having a Captain Canada logo, it's kind of tacky. You know what I mean? I hope you understand what I'm saying. It's just not for me, man. It's tacky, dude. I'd much rather fly like a real airline or do something like that, man. I don't need to fly around with my name painted on the side of an airplane. No. I'm back. How was your first arrival? It was good, Fred. I mean, it was a little bit weird. It was a little bit crazy. My own doing. It probably would have been a normal approach if I hadn't. I opened up the settings I had to turn on the replay system, and when I opened up the settings, it did that thing where all your flaps go up and your ground spoilers come out. So we were at about 1,500 feet over the runway, like 1,500 feet altitude coming in on an ILS approach, and everything just went crazy. So yeah, I'm roughly in the same area as you in Flight Sim, and I'm seeing the exact same clouds you're seeing. Awesome. Very cool. That's absolutely great. Yeah. Just came in. What plane is this? This is the iniBuilds A310. Yeah. I'm surprised Laminar didn't put a yoke on their 330. Oh, Laminar. Laminar. Well, I've got to go back to work. Enjoy the rest of the flight. Hopefully you've got a buttery landing for me on the VOD later. Sounds good, Mitch. Have a great afternoon, dude. Sounds good, my man. Can you fly into Paro someday? Yep. We've done it. We actually did it not too long ago, Tommy. A couple months ago, we flew in the, what did we take, chat? The Phoenix? Yeah, I think the Phoenix 320, I think we flew it in. How many 310s are still flying? A handful, maybe AG. A lot of them are flying in the Middle East. But here in North America, none. In Europe, probably none. Yeah. Any idea why there's two flight paths? Probably you have a vector, Kane. A vector will, like if you have a discontinuity or a vector, it'll basically draw a straight line. You know what I mean? No, FedEx doesn't have any 310s. Not anymore. Yeah. Have you done a flight tour from TJSJ recently? I have not. Nope. It's been a while. We need to go back there as well. Yeah. Some in Asia still fly the 310. Okay, gotcha. Hey, Cap, me again. Is the Latin VFR K-SAN and Flightbeam KDAN good? Yes. Both great sceneries, Kevin. Can't go wrong with those. Yeah, they're both good, man. Maybe the flight then somewhere in Latin America. Maybe. We'll see. Also, Laminar is scamming everyone on their Airbus MiG-2. That's just an X-Plane default in disguise. I wouldn't say scamming, Big Cat. The airplane comes free with the simulator. I think what the big thing is Laminar for like pretty much the last like, 6 months to a year before X-Plane released, they were basically shoving down everybody's throat that this was going to be a default study level A330. And I think what caught everybody off guard was that when X-Plane released, that is not what we got. What we got was a half-baked, weirdly flying default 330 with a Boeing 737 FMC. That's kind of where I think Laminar shot themselves in the foot. They had been, I mean, you're going back even to like the Expo in September in San Diego. They were pushing the 330 like it was the end-all be-all airplane. You know what I mean? And that's why I think it had such a negative, even through myself, it had such like a negative aspect about it, was because, again, like Laminar shoved it down everybody's throat that this was going to be like, you know, payware quality 330 coming free to the simulator. And yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. Hey, Gup, how much snow do I have? None here yet. Dan's got a bunch of snow up in Edmonton. I got none here. What are my cloud settings? Ultra. You can put !MSFS Lorenzo, and it'll show you exactly what I have my settings at. What up, Cap? Took this bird out today, and it was great, but not at the level of PMDG 7.3 or Phoenix, but it was free, the update, so I'm not complaining. I actually feel it's quite up there as well, man. I think if you actually like look at the whole aspect of it, I think it's right up there, dude. Maybe not performance-wise quite yet, but I mean, flight model, cockpit textures, everything looks absolutely fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. I would definitely put it up there with some of the other big boys. It's so crazy that the 310 is a default plane on X-Plane, has a Boeing A737. Yeah. Clouds only have ultra settings. What? Nope, you can put clouds on like low, medium. I think so. No snow. Utah's been getting hit with a lot of snow the last couple of weeks. Yeah, no snow yet, man. It's like 15 degrees here today, too. Also, the screens and displays will randomly black out and not turn back on the Xbox. I feel that's got to be an Xbox thing, because I've never experienced issues like that. Forgot to start the EPU, so now I'm sitting at the gate waiting for EPU to power up. Ha! Oh yes, no problem there. I've given up on X-Plane. When you have Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's hard to compete. And if I want to change, X-Plane 11 is basically everything X-Plane 12 has. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Oh, it's only 8 degrees now here, Smitty. Man, it must be cooling off then. I walked Daisy this morning, it was 13. But it's going to be cold tomorrow, so maybe that's where it's coming in. Don't be fooled because this is a free aircraft. There is nothing default airliner about it. Oh no, it is top notch. Yeah. One thing that threw me off was the EFB said my zero fuel, it was 285.5 in pounds, and the MiC-Do did not take it. I had to plug in 235. Interesting. I have, like I said, I haven't had any issues. I've been flying it pretty heavy as well. We're not fully loaded, but we're pretty heavy. Haven't had any issues. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and start planning our arrival, chat. So, we know that we're going to be on the ILS for runway 23. Localizer 111.5 and 237. So 111.5 and 237. We'll plug those numbers in. Good. Minimums today going to be 200, I believe. 250 ILS, so 250 on the minimums. So we'll set that here on our decision height. 250. And then our 808. So if we come down here to the MiC-Do, we go to the takeoff/approach tab, we'll go 808. Plug that in here, and then I always like to do a wind correction of 5 knots, which gives us a V approach speed of 137. Beautiful. Cool. That's all done. I'm happy with all of those numbers. Descending now nicely into Toronto. Everything is set nicely. I mean, just look at that scene out there right now, chat. Incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. Tirana. Everyone is dating. Throttle is delayed. I didn't have that experience. I think people are also forgetting how old of an airplane this is and how big those engines are. There definitely is a slight delay from the time that you spool up the engines, but that is perfectly normal, man. Like, that's not a bug. That's not anything, right? That's perfectly normal. That's exactly how it is on the real aircraft as well. Or so I've been told. 2975 on the altimeter here, chat, coming in. So go ahead and set that. We can set that now. We're close enough. We're flying offline. It really doesn't matter. So go 2975. There we go. We've got that plugged in, looking good. Cool. For me, it's like 10 to 15 seconds to get towed on the 310. Yeah, it's pretty normal. Yeah. CYYZ is using runway 23 and 24 for landing. Yes, we are landing on runway 23 because we are parking at the... we're parking just because of our parking. Our parking is... So you see what I mean, chat? Nobody has a way to do this better, right? Nobody's found a way to, like, make this little bar better. We are coming in, we're parking right up here. Terminal 3. Actually, we're right here, sorry. Terminal 3. Wait, where did we go? Might be here at Terminal 3. Can't remember. We will get a recording this time of it, so that'll be good. Honestly, loving this plane. It's... I mean, the fact that I didn't have to pay anything for this, and this is just in the simulator now, is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Auto brake low. We'll disarm and rearm our speed brakes. We should have disarmed those en route. That was my bad. Disarm and rearm those. What do you think about the MD-11? Trash. I mean, I love the airplane. The one that was just released? Trash from all the videos that I've seen. Not nice. Not good whatsoever. Chat, can I get an update on the NHL game? Is anybody able to provide me with an update on the NHL game? Do you think the game will now release planes of this good on this level? Absolutely, Avid Watcher. I would sure hope so, man. Yeah. 100%. 100%. Hey, Gap, how are you? I'm enjoying the 40th anniversary update. Currently flying a glider over EDUE. This brings back happy memories from when I was a member of the RAF Air Cadets. Very cool. 3-1 Senators? Hey! Maybe we're actually going to win a goddamn hockey game, chat. We've lost 7 in a row. 7 in a row. 6 in... Well, yeah. We've lost 6 in a row in regulation, and we lost 1 in overtime. 3-1 Sens. We may actually get a win, Alex. Could you believe it? Holy. Captain, why does the 310 go crazy when you access the menu? I'm not sure, Diego. All the other airplanes do that too, Diego. It's not just this airplane. It's all of them. Your flaps go full and your ground spoilers go out. Or if you have full flaps, your flaps will go clean. Yeah. You're so hoping for the A300? I agree, Captain Goofy. Imagine having a 300, dude. Yeah, that'd be hot. I'm a Bruins fan, so I'm getting spoiled right now. Yeah, no kidding. What, 9 in a row? 8 in a row? After we beat you guys the other day, Alex, not the other day, a couple weeks ago, Ottawa beat Boston, and then you guys have just been lights out since then, man. Please, can you answer this question? What was your question? Hello, I have a question. What are the blue trails in the sky? I would like to get rid of these. They look like wind markers. Chat, what's he talking about? How do you turn those on? I didn't even know those. Can you turn those on? I don't know, Kara, I don't know how to turn those off. Yeah. What sport are we talking about? Hockey, Ottawa Senators. It was 7-5. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. It was a wild game. Speed's coming back now at 11,000 feet, which is good. We want to be at 250 knots for 10,000. That's what we're shooting for, at least. What's the next plane you're hoping for someone or Microsoft to release? The 330 from Aerosoft. That's the one that I'm looking forward to the most, man. Having an actual, like, modern day long hauler in this. Really exciting, man. And then the A220 as well. I really want to learn the A220, man. The thing that excites me about the A220 is it's, like, completely new, right? Your autopilot won't turn on. Well, here's your autopilot. Make sure that you have your pitch trim, yaw dampers, and ATSs all to the on. This little section right here. Make sure that everything's on. There's 10,000 feet. Landing lights come back on. Seatbelts seated for landing. Engine continuous relight goes on as well. Toggle off show 3D thermals. There you go. Who was that was having issues? Kara. Turn off 3D thermals. Should work. I'm most excited for the 330. Most favorite of all time. Yeah. Love the good 330, man. Love a good 330. All right, Chad, here we are. We're coming in. We're on the Rajid 5 arrival. That's the wrong one. That's why it's showing that. There we go. I was going to say that's not what we're supposed to be doing. So wait, if I, and then I edit, can I remove you? I can, okay. And then remove you. Good. Remove you. Good. Done. Okay, there we go. Cool. So we need to be at Denka 227,000. Pretty sure we're going to hit that restriction. We're a little bit high up on it right now, but speed's looking good, 220, and we're a little bit high up on the approach. Nothing wrong with that. We can throw out a little bit of ground spoiler. That can kind of help with the descent process here and get us a little bit back. Would you suggest the Boeing yoke, or shall I stick with the Airbus side stick? They're both great, Avid. I mean, listen, dude, in a perfect world, I'm going to get flaps 1 out here. Sorry, slats 15 degrees. I have to stop calling it flaps 1. This airplane does slats and flaps, Captain. Got to be correct. In a perfect world, dude, you can have you know, a joystick. You can have joystick for flying your Airbuses and aircrafts that have a joystick, and then you can fly, you know, you can have your Boeing yoke for the airplanes that fly with a yoke, right? So that, in a perfect world, if you can afford it, I would say do it, man. You're not gonna be disappointed. If that's what you're kind of wondering if you're going to be disappointed or something like that, you're definitely not. No. All right, we need to be down to 3,000 feet. I'm going to go vertical speed. I'm going to descend at about, I don't know, probably like 1,000 foot per minute should be good. Speed's good at 220. We'll hold 220 for now, chat. We don't need to do anything crazy. Arbin, thanks for your subscription, my friend. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Really do appreciate that, man. And remember, guys, if you haven't done so, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up. We are live the next 3 days, chat. We are live. Tomorrow, we're doing Toronto to Punta Cana, real-world A310 ops from Air Transat. Super excited about this one. I have done this flight on this exact aircraft. I don't know if it was GSAT, the registration, but I assume it might have been. So, yeah. Good luck with this approach, Cap. Thank you. Landing into Toronto on 2-3 always seems to give me issues. So fingers crossed that we're not going to have any issues. The weather is just absolutely stunning right now, though, and the winds are not gusting, so hopefully we're not going to have too many issues. Feels like Navigraph made Charts 8, so more for actual tablet. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, dude. I love the... I absolutely love it. Like I said, my only complaint is this little bar down here is getting the bar to show, like when I want to switch charts, getting the bar to move is a little bit of a pain in the ass. That's about it. That's about it, man. Is live weather working for you? Yes, we're on live weather right now. Live weather, live time. The Airbus TCA is really good. I love using it. I love it, man. Yeah. Are your wing views custom made? Yes, they are custom made wing views. I'm going to upload them to my Discord afterwards so you guys can all grab those if you would like. Beautiful views coming into Toronto. Joe B, what's up, man? We missed you yesterday, Joe B. I know you were out and about with Kimbo, having a dandy of a time. All right, let's turn on our ILS. Just saw it come alive, so that's good. Can descend a little bit quicker now, 1,200 feet per minute, we'll say. And let's start bringing our speed back. We're going to aim for like 190 knots. Again, this airplane is a little bit chunky. It can be a little bit of a pain in the ass to slow down, so you always kind of want to be one step ahead if you can. I'm going to arm our land switch. You can see here localizer is coming in. Loc star is captured now, so we're grabbing localizer. And we wants us to be at 3,000 feet for new deck. So 3,000 for new deck is what we're aiming for right now, chat. Not going to descend too quickly. We should be fine at that. You can see the runway out here. You can see the lights just leading us in right now. Yeah, your buddy's new band had the record release show. Couldn't miss it. Nice. Hopefully it was a good time, man. Hopefully it was a good time. Wow, steam gauges. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Want a little bit of floodlight on the front there. There we go. Light that up a little bit better. I didn't know if you answered this yet, but I was gone. But what's your favorite plane to fly? I don't know, man. There's too many, dude. They're all so good. The Phoenix, the PMDG, now this airplane. There's so many good airplanes out there, dude. We're truly spoiled right now, I find. Or we're getting to that point where we're spoiled. It's an exciting time, man, to be a flight sim enthusiast. I'll tell you that much. Exciting time. Nights are 13-2-0. That's all I have to say. Hey, now, simmer down, okay? I know, they're doing great, man. And to think, Smitty, people were writing them off because Leonard's gone for the year. To think people were writing them off is just crazy, isn't it? It's wild, man. Not quite sure why it's climbing. It's almost like it's trying to... It's almost like it's trying to... You know what it is? I think it's because I've armed land. So I think what it's doing is it's trying to climb up to glide slope for whatever reason. But I should be able to... descend, and it should listen to that. Now it is. I just had to put it in VL. Kind of doing its own thing right now. It's a little bit weird there. Now it's starting to go. Forgot this thing's a dinosaur. Okay, now I'm going to arm land. Here comes glide slope. Weird that it like wanted to level off at like 3,100 though. Fly-by-wire A310X is crying in the corner, completely missed by you, Cap. I mean, to be fair, dude, I flew the fly-by-wire almost exclusively for like a year. It was the only airplane we had. I don't think fly-by-wire really needs, you know, I'm pretty sure they're quite content with where they are in the community. It's still a great plane, man. Forgot to mention this, I have a whole hard drive and SSD space now. Uh-oh. Smitty's been doing some cleaning. Loc Star, Glide Slope Star has been captured, chat. We're looking good now. Let's go gear down. Flaps 15 degrees. Let's roll our speed back to 170 knots. We're just going to confirm our approach speed down here one last time. 137 knots is what we're aiming for today. Looking real good, chat. Real good. This plane is really beautiful, but I still have some issues. Sometimes it's wired with the autopilot and the radio altimeter doesn't call minimums. Interesting. Why is it always foggy in Toronto? Well, right now it is in real life. I'm pretty sure this is pretty... Slats 20, flaps 20. And let's start rolling back our final approach speed, chat, 137 knots. We'll do that now, 137. We'll also make sure that our ground spoilers are armed. Our auto brake is on. Everything's looking good there. Speed's starting to roll back. Let's go. No, actually, the last one is full. We can do that now. Slats and flaps full at 160 knots. We're looking great. Cool. Let's go to the overhead. Let's make sure our nose wheel light is on. Runway turnoffs are on as well. Wing light comes on. Beautiful. We're looking great here, chat. Looking real good. Performance is great. We're at 38 FPS right now. Not going to complain about that. Everything looks great. I'm going to turn the sounds up now. They get a little bit loud in here. Apologize. How do I determine the MDA figure in the MiG-Do Spartan? Do you have Navigraph charts? If you do, this is going to be your decision height 250, this is going to be your MDA. It's always the bigger number blacked in bold. That is always going to be your MDA. That's how we've got it, my friend. Hopefully that helps. Replay, yes, thank you, Dan. Nobody can blame Dan today. We are recording, ladies and gentlemen. We're not just saying that we're recording this time. We're actually recording. Joystick cam's going on. Enjoy the arrival, my amigos. I hope it's a great one. Sounds are going up. I'm going to shut up. Enjoy the flight. Last 1,000 feet here into Toronto. My airplane. Landing checklist. Gear down 3 green. Flaps are full. Slats are full. Ground spoilers are armed. Auto brake is set. Cabin crew has been advised. You guys have been advised. Time to just get a nice butter here, chat. Time to get a nice butter. It says 3 red, 1 white, but we're dead on glide slope, so I'm going to follow glide slope in. Getting a little bit bumped around by that wind. Nothing too crazy though. Nose down gently, crab it out. Oh, maintain that center line, chat. Into the wind a little bit. Oh, chat. That was a good one. Decelerating nicely. Coming up on 60 knots. Reversers are stowed. Ladies and gentlemen, wow. That was a great landing. Oh my goodness. Back up into the flight deck. Let's vacate to the left. Happy with that one, chat. That was greasy. That was a greasy, my amigos. Cool. Let's go ahead and vacate here to the left. I feel like that was real good. We didn't float that out too much either. Very, very nice, chat. Very nice. Cool. Turn the sounds down here a little bit. We don't need to go deaf while taxiing back into the terminal. Let's go ahead and stop our clock here. 55 minutes. I think we're dead on the flight time of what we thought it was going to be. So we're dead on, looking good. 4-1 for the sends. Hey. Great news, Daniel Barry. Great news. Cool. Let's get ourselves into the terminal. Let's go ahead and clean up our flaps and slats. Ground spoilers, flaps, slats. Look at the clouds. Look at the weather right now. Just look at this whole scene. It's simply incredible, dude. It's simply incredible. Cannot believe it. Going on VATSIM tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow we will be on VATSIM. For those of you that want to fly with us, we will be on VATSIM tomorrow, friends. Is the 330 still on track for 2022? I have no clue, Thiz. I have no clue, my man. Remember, guys, if you did enjoy that arrival, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. I worked extra hard for that one, chat. I knew chat wouldn't let me down. That was a beauty, though, man. Right in the touchdown zone. Oof. Absolute perfection. Master start switch on the EPU is coming on. Let's get our ignition system to the off position. Let's go ahead and start spooling up the EPU. Landing lights can come off. Nose light over to taxi. Strobe lights off. Wing lights off. We'll leave our beacon, nav, and logos on for now. Looking good, chat. Looking good. Hoping for a Dash 8? Yes, a Dash would be absolutely incredible. I do agree with you. We're going 30 knots. We need to slow down here a little bit. Sorry, chat. Crossing on Hotel. We want to make a right turn onto Bravo. And then I think we're going in at Alpha Tango. Are we doing another leg? No, that's it for today, man. That is it for today because tomorrow we've got a medium haul. It's a 4-hour flight. So if you think about the boarding process at the beginning and then the whole setup and then the arrival process, probably a 5-hour stream tomorrow. And then we're doing the return flight. I'm also going to stop the recording. And then we're doing the return flight on Monday. Monday we're doing Punta Cana back to Toronto. So, yeah, it's going to be a busy next couple of days, man. This is going to be our right turn onto Bravo. Can the 310 do an auto land? That is a great question. I am not sure. I think so. I think so, but don't hold it to me. That's something you'd probably have to ask the developer or somebody that's a little bit more qualified to answer that question. Because I'm not too sure. Yeah. Do I use any shadings? No, I do not. Hello, Cap. Do you know if there comes an iniBuilds E300 600? I have no clue, Xander. I hope so, but I have no clue, man. Yeah, no clue. Today's flight was special. Thanks, Captain. It was, considering we almost fell out of the sky. The first leg that we did, we literally almost died. So the fact that we were able to make it into here with such a beautiful arrival, that makes me happy, man. Makes me real happy. Can the A310 do a single engine taxi? Good question. Again, unfortunately, something I would not know how to answer properly, man. I do not know. I don't know. I feel like that's got to be a question for either the developers or a question for somebody who is slightly more familiar with the systems of the 310 than I am. I'm going to reset all of our flaps just for our visual. We're going to watch the replay. So just for visually, we're going to watch that. How shall I make sure to add the right amount of throttle while taxiing? So Rad, this airplane, it's one of those things. Add a little bit. Once you get your speed, once you're at like 15 knots, just close the power and it will maintain that speed. It will also build up speed very slowly without any just on idle engines. It will do that as well. Chat, this is where we started, right? Yes, this is where we started. This is the Air Transat where they park at Terminal 3. Hey, Gap, how was the learning curve with the plane versus the Phoenix? Well, I mean, to be fair, I've flown this exact plane in X-Plane for years, right? So, yeah. Where the hell are we? We're at... Is there the Alpha gates? Is there even a spot for Alpha 2? Yeah, there is. Okay. No. Swissport. Okay, good. Yeah, I've flown this airplane in X-Plane. So the learning curve, I would say, was probably just getting used to the flight model. That being said, I will say this, chat. It flies very similarly to how it flies in X-Plane. This version of the aircraft, I will say, like if you've flown it in X-Plane and now you fly it for Microsoft Flight Simulator, I think you'll agree with me. The biggest thing that I notice is I feel I have a little bit more ground control over the airplane. And that's just because we know how Microsoft Flight Simulator does like the ground handling. It could be done a little bit better. I definitely agree with that. But for the most part, I think it does it really well, like really well. Need to be over just a little bit more. We're nice and even exactly where they want us to park. And there we have it. Beautiful. It's all zeros up there. Park brake is going on. Upstairs, APU is on. APU bleed system is on. Engine number 2 is off. Engine number 1 is off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Toronto, my friends. Absolutely wonderful. Let's pop open the GSX menu. Let's pop open the GSX menu. Let's go ahead and operate the stairs. Good. If we go outside, should see the jet bridge attaching, which we do. I'm going to go to this view here just because it makes it a little bit easier. Again, performance is suspect. Ow. Performance is real suspect right now. 24 FPS, which obviously is not good. I really hope that they're able to figure out what's causing. I hope they're able to fix. Apparently, it sounds like they have figured out what's causing it. But, yeah.
The boarding
Let's go ahead and request deboarding. Wonderful. Will the replay still work after engine shutdown? It should. I don't know if we're going to have engines, but it should. Yes, it should. I loved your flight because you answered all my questions simply. Well, thank you very much for that. I always do my best to interact with my chat I always say, without chat, without you guys here, I'm not here, and this is impossible. So,
Passengers deboarding
yeah.
starting.
Passengers deboarding starting. Beautiful. Let's finish up. What was our landing rate on that one, chat? I didn't even see. I don't. For some reason, it's like it's not. It's like taking itself off the screen now. It always used to stay there. Sim Toolkit Pro gave me a 115. I'm curious if it was a 115 or something. Oh, it was a 115? Wow, okay. Sim Toolkit Pro was dead on then. Someone said 112. Okay, either way. Regardless, it was a smooth, buttery landing. So that's absolutely awesome. Great. Navigraph, you can get closed as well. Everything else is good. That's all good. Landing rate monitor. Oh, 115. Yeah, it's right there. Duh. I can always take a look at it. 115, chat. 115 with a 090 on the G. Wow. 5 degree of pitch, one degree to the right, man. We almost nailed that perfectly. We're almost dead on that center line, man. And the winds were blowing 19 degrees at 300. So some serious winds. Some serious winds on that one. Nice little quartering crosswind. How can you calibrate the throttles? The one from the tablet doesn't work for you. It should absolutely work, DNA. Absolutely it should work, man. Holy crap, I was dumb. So my autopilot works fully now, but I didn't put profile. Got you? Hey, man, like I said, I think a lot of people right now, like, I don't think it's the airplane. I think the airplane is doing everything that it should be doing. I think it's just so many people are new to flying this airplane that they're a little bit lost of how they do it. So, yeah. There's a forum post on iniBuilds site. There's a known issue on it with performance. Yes.
Always
Yeah.
love the butters. Hopefully you are doing very well.
My man. Generation Blowout. Huge no floaties to you, dude. Thank you very, very much for the continued support of the channel, my friend. I truly do appreciate you, dude. That is unbelievably kind. Thank you, my man. Really do appreciate you, dude. All right, cool, chat. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Let's go ahead and take a look at some replays, shall we? I'm going to go over here. I'm going to restart the Kutal script. Good. I'm going to jump back inside the aircraft, and I'm going to make sure that all the doors are closed. Oops, I want to go to here. Close, close, and close. By the way, this does have its own pushback, and it works pretty well. So if you ever you don't own GSX or you don't own anything like that, you can always use the default pushback. It actually works well. I tested it out yesterday. You just prepare for pushback and departure. You press that once. It puts a tug outside. You give it about 30 seconds to a minute. You'll watch the tug. It'll drive. It'll connect. And then you just hit the back button, and you're good to go. It's super simple, super intuitive. All right, cool. Let me turn the sounds down so we don't go deaf. Let's watch some replays, shall we? We'll stop the recording. Wait. What's going on? Chat, it's not, I hit. Where did my replay go? Load, I don't have any of those. Chat, it's not doing the replays. What's going on? It's not doing the replays, man. Something's bugged with the replay system, dude. We were recording, chat. Don't make me rewind the tapes. We were recording that arrival. What's going on with the replay system? It's bugged as hell, man. We 100% recorded that landing because I even stopped the recording. I don't know about that, man. I wonder if it automatically stops recording when you shut the engines down? I mean, but it still wouldn't even let me hit the play button, Joe. So even if it did, it should still let me hit the play button. Now it's only recorded like the last whatever it was. Man. Dan. Does it not work with the 310? It should work. It should work with every airplane. It shouldn't matter if we're in the 310 or not. Damn, man, I wanted to see that again. That was some grease, chat. Well, I'll do some testing this evening. We'll try and figure out what the hell's going on. Anyways, chat. It's been a long day. It's been a long couple of days preparing this airplane and making sure that I had it in a position for you guys to be able to stream. So anyways, I want to take this time now to thank everybody for being here, hanging out with me. What an epic stream today was, man. Between almost falling out of the sky on our approach into Montreal to an absolute greasy landing here in Toronto. This is a great airplane, man. The fact that we get to call this a free default airplane still blows my mind. Shout out and kudos to iniBuilds, and more importantly, shout out to Microsoft. You know, listen, we're always, myself included, we're always so fast to give shit to Microsoft about something not going right or something in the sim not working. I think we have to give credit where credit is due here, especially when it comes to Microsoft with these aircrafts, man, and everything that they've done. The fact that they've added helicopters, gliders, this level of detail on a freeware aircraft, it's simply amazing, man. So shout out to both of those, to Microsoft and to iniBuilds for making this happen. More importantly, thank you to everybody that helps support my channel, to all my mods, my donators, my sponsors. Thank you all so much for your support, man. You guys are the backbone of this channel. You guys allow me to do this as a full-time job, and for that, I am forever grateful. So thank you all so much for your support. To everybody else who cannot support the channel using a monetary value, for everybody else who's new to the channel, welcome aboard, and thank you everybody for just being here, man. It's not always about making money doing the YouTube thing, albeit this is my full-time job, so I do need to make money so I can pay my bills, but it's also about the wonderful community that we're building here. We gained almost 100 subscribers today alone, just on subscribers. So thank you for the support, everybody. I appreciate y'all. You guys are absolutely amazing. We are live again tomorrow. So if you weren't able to watch today's stream and you want to take part tomorrow, we are live again. We are flying from Toronto down to Punta Cana. It's about a 4-hour flight. So if you don't have anything to do tomorrow, I always say Sundays are for simming, right? It's always going to be a fun day. Toronto to Punta Cana tomorrow, back in the Air Transat 310. Looking forward to it, guys. Have yourselves a wonderful Sunday. Go learn the airplane, learn some more. There's tons of tutorials up online. Have some fun with it, learn it, get confident, get familiar with it, and hopefully I will see you guys all on VATSIM tomorrow. Happy landings, my friends. Have a great Saturday. Peace!